Let's try that again. Welcome to Sporking News Podcast. I forgot to share the sound on that one. Starting off rough, but we are here, or I'm here. Hopefully others will file in, but I didn't want to keep anybody waiting because I know how exciting my YouTube is. Here we go. Let's try that one more time and see how it goes.
There's a lot of talk about the race in 2020. Sure, there's a lot of candidates in the running. But can any of them actually run? I mean, really run? I'm the last American movie star.
And that's a good question. How many of them can run? I mean, really, think about that. You know, I think Trump, if need be, can maybe, do a little running, little grooving. But Biden, I'm a little worried about his running ability.
No one runs like I do. And nobody opens a box office like me. And with your help in 2020, together, we'll dominate the ballot box. This is no stunt. But if it were, I do all those for real.
Maybe the greatest deep fake of all time. Look how real that looks. Tell me you don't think that's Tom Cruise.
Why vote for me? I'm not just your everyman. I've literally been every man. I've been a Navy pilot, a lawyer, and a Navy lawyer. My opponents will say I was a pimp in high school. It's true. But I grew up fast in NASCAR country. And started a small business as a sports agent to set a better example. I know foreign diplomacy because I fought alongside the samurai. And I'm proud to serve our country, defending our planet against aliens twice.
Which one do you like better, War of the Worlds or Edge of Tomorrow? Discuss.
No, 3 times. I know this country top to bottom, inside out. From here to here. Because I've lived its history. Literally, I did. It's a vampire. I feel the need to lead. As your commander-in-chief, no mission is impossible. So help me. Help me help you to elect me.
I know it's fake, Monster, but doesn't it sound like him a little bit? I mean, the ability they do, the face is fantastic, but I don't know if the voice gets me completely, but it sounds pretty good.
In 2020, I'm just a patriot. My birthday? The 4th of July. I'm Tom Cruise and I'm running for president of the United States. America, you completely me. Show me 2020!
Beautiful. Beautiful. Ah. All right. And once again, welcome to Sporking News Podcast. I am Scott. We're waiting for some people, hopefully, to come in. I sent out the invites. It's up to them if they want to come. But Tom Cruise, better movie, War of the Worlds or Edge of Tomorrow? I love the concept of Edge of Tomorrow. Was it done very well? So I'm still trying to figure that one out. Which one would you rather have? War of the Worlds or Edge of Tomorrow? Discuss. Okay. So we're going to be talking about a couple things tonight. I know a lot of people just got off their streams. I probably should have pushed this out a little bit more, but I wanted to get started because I think with free StreamYards, I have only about 2 hours left anyways until tomorrow. So I might have to upgrade, but we will see. Some of us aren't monetized. Sorry, Steven. But we're going to be talking about, once again, Brie Larson being on YouTube. Run, Brie, run. And the setup, I believe it is. We discussed this on our Rogue Entertainment, but I think it's an important thing to go over. The community guidelines of YouTube and setting us up with a target like Brie Larson and having her have a YouTube channel. I could see a lot of people going down because of her. So I don't know. We could see it. Winds of Winter or War of the Worlds. I'm sorry, Jane. I would have thought Winds of Winter right off the rip. Let's say hello to everybody in the chat. We have Jane Theory, War of the Worlds. We have the first guest of the night, another monster in the chat. We have Bear Nerd Fun. It's going to stop in a little bit later. 6 baby Wookiees in a trench coat. I love it. Changed the name up a little bit, but I could deal with that. That is great. Wes, I got to send you a link. Bear, if you could forward that to him, it would help me out greatly. Random. Oh, and Tina. Sorry, Tina. Random Brad Creates. Haven't seen you in a while, buddy. Good to see you. Tina, I've missed every movie of his movies purposefully since his idiotic comments against mental health conditions and the drug treatment for them. We could go on for a 2-hour show about that. Scientology and when he broke from his publicist, I believe, and then went to his sister as a publicist, his world opened up and we learned to see who really Tom Cruise was. And he is a diehard Scientologist. He's on the upper echelon, so he's treated like gold. So he doesn't see how other people are treated. And yes, he believes all mental health can just be cured by Scientology. Yeah. Hey, if it works for you, I guess. But I worked in the field, also battled it myself. Medication is important. Therapy is important, not just the belief in some Zuma cloud being alien that came down to Dianetics and became your Lord and Savior. All right. We have the Tartarus Zone official YouTube channel. Check it out. That is awesome. Thank you for stopping in. We have Parrot Head up in this place. The Lonely Banter. How you doing? Hope all is good. Let's see who else is going here. We have Michael J. Cox, Sporking like the hat. You think Cam will get you a division title? I think it's quite possible. Health permitting. And there you said it right there. Health permitting. Cam Newton, if for people that don't know, he signed with the New England Patriots for league minimum. He can get incentives up to about $7 million. But, I can't imagine him coming in without the idea that he's going to start. I can't see him being one of those roster scratches, bring in the veteran just to get your rookie going. I don't know. Well, second-year guy going. I think Cam is a great talent. Josh McDaniels loves running quarterbacks. Look at he's the guy who drafted Tebow. Come on. Definitely conference title. I could see that. We shall see. Who else is out there? Zacharat 315. Happy 4th of July to you, my friend. RR, Parrot Head. Everybody is here. Wow, we got a lot of people in the chat. I really appreciate you guys all stopping by. Hopefully, the other people that are supposed to join me will stop by. Cam should be all right in New England if he's healthy. I agree with that. So we're going to start off, I guess, with a little actually, no. We're going to start off with a little report that I saw, and I guess I have to share this. So let me do that. Screen share. Application window. And this is about Warner Brothers wanted Jack to come back for the Joker film, which I thought, wow, that's insane. Let's add you to the stream, sir.
Hey, what's up, Scotty?
And let's just do it like this. How you doing, my friend?
I'm fantastic. How are you? And you had one of my favorite Jokers on the screen.
Yes. Hopefully he will be back in a second. So let me share that again. So we were told by Tommy that there was a report that Jack was going to be considered, just like Michael Keaton coming back, Jack was supposed to be coming back. I couldn't find what he was talking about. The only thing I could find was this. And this came out last week. And once again, Warner Brothers reportedly wants Jack Nicholson, Joker in the Flash. So
wow.
I don't know, but before we even start reading, first of all, Flashpoint, what are they doing that he would be able to be in the movie if it's not Flashpoint?
They're not making well. That's I think we were talking about it the other day, and I don't remember where I was, but it's not going to be Flashpoint. I mean, it'll be Flashpoint in name only. And it all it is about revising the timeline to try to fix what they did to between the Whedon movie and what Snyder's original thought process was, and hopefully
Right.
try to fix what Flash is. So and of course you have to have multiple timeline Batman for that to work at all, if that's their
Right.
plan.
Now, let me ask you this. Can Ezra Miller be the one that saves it?
God, I hope not. No. Okay, look, Chokabish shouldn't be the Flash ever again. Okay.
Right.
Not just because of the dumb activities he did, in Iceland or wherever the hell he was. But was he in Reykjavik? Anyway, he
Yeah, it's somewhere over there.
Yeah, first of all, he never should have. You don't cast a person for the role of Flash who can't actually run. Number one.
Right.
Probably the best Flash is what's his name? That's in the CW show, and that's the only good thing about what's left of the CW shows. And Grant Gustin, is that right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Grant Gustin.
So-
I like that
so-
kid. I like that.
So
kid.
I think
Little
that
woke.
yeah, but I think that okay, look, I don't care. This is when it comes to pop culture and whatever else, and it's when we get into entertainment. You could be the stupidest person on the planet. If you're a great actor and you do a character brilliantly well, I can ignore all the other BS that goes along with you, because nobody listens to celebrities anymore. I mean,
Right.
they're gonna take responsibility for shit that they had nothing to do with, and they're gonna, talk about it for hours on end. I don't like I don't like the idea of trying to pull lightning out of another film's bottle. But when it comes to getting Keaton back
Right.
and getting this guy back,
Yep.
I'm on board.
This is what bothers me. Ezra Miller, the kid choked a woman, slammed her to the ground, but because he checks all the right boxes and says all the right demigod type stuff, he isn't canceled. But they're going back in other people's lives. The kid from the Flash TV show, they went back how many years to a tweet? A couple tweets. Like, no one's allowed, if they don't like you, you are not allowed to grow as a person, to mature, to learn from your mistakes. They will cancel you straight out. But someone like this that's caught on film, drunk off his ass, and I think either sandals or barefoot in the snow.
He was wearing flip flops. Yeah, he was wearing like either that or Birks. I mean, he was either wearing Birkies or he was wearing flips. And he's out there, and they said that he left and he was barefoot in the snow, waiting for the cops to pick his butt up. So yeah, Ezra is not a good fit to play Barry Allen RR. I mean, he's in, and he never was. I mean, whoever did that casting was like just checking boxes, and that's what's become of Hollywood, and that's why so many different things fail right now. None of these people that are on this screen, the faces of insincerity behind me. First of all, look at their pallor. Does anything strike the same, across the board with the people on this screen, with maybe the exception of that person? So for and I don't know who half of these people are, by the way. I mean, I know that she's an actress with a really odd background. He's really good, or he was, as Jesse Pinkman. He wasn't very good in Westworld. And he was in a driving movie that I thought was mediocre. Don't know who that is. Don't know who that is. Don't know who that is. That's Kristen Bell. But it's whenever I see any of these people, I could care less about any and all of them outside of whatever role they're playing. So if you're only casting a show or a movie based on a bunch of check boxes, and I don't care even then if they're a good actor and they're a good fit for the part. But when it came to Ezra Miller, that was just a bunch of check boxes, and it didn't suit the character, didn't fit the character, none of it does. And that's when it fails.
But why is it because he's so outspoken? Is it? And hello, Elaine, how are you?
Hello.
If you guys don't know Nerd Cookies, one of the best channels out there, up and comer, please check her out. We're talking about Ezra Miller. The article that I was sharing, it, and I'll reshare it, but it talks about they wanted Nicholas. I always screw up his name for some reason. They want Jack as the Joker back for the Flash movie.
Jack Napier as the Joker.
Napier, yeah, Jack Napier as the Joker. My question is this: how is Ezra Miller still in a movie? How after what he did to that young lady, he's not canceled? And I know he checks all the right boxes and says all the right stuff, but so many people have. Look at Jimmy Fallon. Look at people like that have been pretty much might be off the air. He's taking the summer off for blackface 20 years ago. But yet this kid, not even a year ago, slams a woman to the ground, and no one even brought up the idea of him being canceled.
Yep.
I don't know how he's not canceled. That video, we have video proof.
Right. Video footage.
Yeah.
I mean, before I can even get to the article, I have to ask that question. Like, and maybe people are talking about in the chat, it's flying by. I think we have like 28 people in the chat right now. Thank you so much, everybody. Please like and share. YouTube is I'm not Brie Larson, so they're not going to help me out. So if you can retweet my tweet, share it to your friends, get some more people in here, that'd be great. And make sure you sub to everybody that's going to be on here tonight. I invited a lot of people. We'll see if my StreamYards can handle it. First of all, someone said it, the suit, Zach Rott. I mean, even the suit was wrong. The cowardness of Barry Allen. I mean, Barry Allen in the show Culture Casino is the Barry Allen, like you said, I would like to see in the movie. Who else could be a Barry Allen like Grant for the movies if we were able to take Checkbox Boy out of the equation? Who would you grab?
I would take definitely the one from the show. I like him as a Flash.
You already know my answer. I told you, Grant Gustin.
Yeah, but I'm saying somebody else.
Yeah.
If we had to pick somebody, who else could play the Flash? Who else would give up that vibe?
Somebody tall and lanky.
Yes.
They have to be mid-20s at the oldest. Are we talking Barry Allen?
Yeah, Barry Allen.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm sorry. I mean, that's DC. So yeah, I'm having a hard time. The problem is there aren't a number of good young actors anymore.
Does he have to be that young?
Preferably, if it's Barry Allen. Well, if you're trying to do Flashpoint.
Yeah, I guess he has to be young.
Well,
there is an actor in his 30s.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp would be great at everything. But Johnny Depp's like 5'3". I mean, I look like Andre the Giant next to that dude.
Who was the guy who played the Smallville Green Arrow? The Smallville Oliver.
Oh, This Is Us. I know who it is.
Yes, that kid. I would have loved him as the Flash. Years ago.
I
don't
love
think
him as the
now.
Green Arrow.
Yeah. Does anybody have anything in the chat? Who would Usain Bolt?
Yeah.
Adam Price, Usain Bolt. Well, he is the Flash. That is a good
Justin
one.
Hartley.
Justin
Hartley was Green Arrow in Smallville.
Justin Hartley. That's his name. Okay. So I can't think of anybody younger that I could think of. I don't even really know young actors, I guess, anymore. Like Ezra Miller, he must be in his late 20s by now. So someone in that age range, I couldn't even think of who it could be.
Timothy Chalamet. Timothy Chalamet's in everything. He's in Dune. You know Timothy Chalamet?
Oh, right. The main character, right?
Yeah, he's Paul Atreides.
Army Hammer.
Paul Atreides.
Army Hammer. No, he's kind of tall. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, he's kind of tall. He's unfortunately a little out the 20s, but
yeah,
he fits the body type. So
I actually
Yeah.
liked him in The Lone Ranger. I don't know. I know that was kind of a cheesy movie, but
I actually
liked
liked it too. I did
Yeah.
too. It was corny. It wasn't what I expected, but he was good in it. I'll give you that. Having Johnny Depp as Tonto was a little cringe.
he did a really good job. Well, you're looking at it through today's politics, Scott. At the time, it was
No, not even
really?
that, bro. No, not even
Really?
that. I felt like he played the character cringy.
Oh, okay.
He tried too hard to like dive into like a native persona. That is one of the times where I say like I rather have had someone of native descent play the actual character. It's one of those things where there's other times where I don't fall into that game of being politically correct or, gender, race, anything you want to say correct. But that one time, Tonto should have been played by like an older Native American actor, I think.
Like Lou Diamond Phillips. I forget what descent he is. I don't think he's Native American, but he played one in Longmire.
Young Guns too. Yeah.
Longmire.
How was that?
He was so great. Oh, it's such an awesome show. If you haven't seen it, Longmire is amazing.
My wife loved it.
Yeah. Yeah, and Lou Diamond Phillips, plays Native American. I thought he was Native American, but I think he's also Hawaiian and some Mexican descent. I'm not sure. So he can do a wide range of roles.
But
I think like maybe someone like that would be really good. I don't
know. Steve R. McQueen from Vampire Diaries. He's Elena's younger brother. He actually could. I could see that kid playing that. Okay. I watched Vampire Diaries.
I'm not seeing Vampire Diaries.
Will Poulter.
Huh?
Yeah, Will Poulter. He was in Maze Runner. He might be a good Flash.
I've seen that once. Maze Runner.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who he was.
Yeah, blonde kid.
Is he English? Is he English?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he's piercing blue eyes. He was in Chronicles of Narnia.
And Love Actually.
Oh yeah. Okay. I know Will Poulter.
No, I'm thinking of a different kid.
Yeah, he was in Revenant.
Oh,
he was in what?
Yeah. Revenant. Yeah.
Oh, I remember him from Chronicles of Narnia. He's really good.
Yeah.
I like the kid who played in Love Actually as a little kid playing the drums. I think he was also in Maze Runner. He would have been a good pick too. You're right. You need someone who's tall and lanky. That's just the Barry Allen run. How did you feel about the Barry Allen running in the DCEU? They so destroyed that character, man.
They killed it. It was awful.
Like Cyborg, it was just the aesthetic and the writing that didn't give him any life.
No, it didn't help him.
It didn't help him. He's a good actor, but it didn't help him.
No.
We were talking about DC movies, and I feel like you had some great actors, and the only ones that shined in it were Jason Momoa and Gal Gadot. The rest didn't get that writing that their character deserved.
Yeah, but I could say that about so much stuff nowadays. And here's the problem. I mean, out of the DC universe, you're getting jack shit. Wow, I cursed. I'm sorry. You don't get very good writing out of.
We could fucking curse here. This is not for children. Not for children.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying is, if the CW is an example of just the worst writing you could possibly imagine, and that's all because of the producer douche canoe that's running that party. But but I think that we're not getting good writing or haven't gotten any good writing in DC in a long, long time.
Right. Now I figured out who you guys were talking about. I'm sorry. The guy from We Are Millers. Now I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing, if you're looking for a decent height, if you're looking for a younger person, if you're looking for somebody that's going to fit the Barry Allen type, that dude from Glee,
Grant Gustin?
Chris. No. Although Grant Gustin's my first pick. Scott said I can't have my first pick. Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, Chris Colfer, is that his name?
Chris Colfer.
Is he like the stereotypical gay character on that show?
I watched like
Well, it's
three
blatant.
episodes of episodes. Yeah, he was
If,
in.
if he is, I would say yes. He would actually play a good Barry Allen.
Yeah, he was he was in Struck by Lightning. I think is the only actual film credit he has.
So you know the kid from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Yeah.
Freddie Highmore?
Yes, he was also in Maze Runner.
Oh,
I think he would play an awesome Barry Allen.
yeah. Wow.
He has that.
Yeah.
He has that size.
Yeah, you have
What
to
is-
have you have to be lanky. You got to be tall.
Mhm.
You know, and you have to be able to run. That's the first. If you're the Flash, you should probably have decent form when you run, or at least know what running is, or have picked up or done any sports at all, or maybe run away from a bully or something.
Right. Not just check the boxes. And yes, Michael Wolf, I did watch Vampire Diaries. I watch if a vampire doesn't sparkle, I'll watch it. If he sparkles, I can't watch it. But if it's, I'll give any other vampire show or movie a chance. I love vampire. And the originals came off of that. If you've never seen the originals, that's a great vampire show.
Yeah.
Liam Hemsworth.
Yeah,
Tina
I saw that.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That is a good one. Okay, I'll get. Who said that? Jane?
Tina Bojan?
Oh, Tina.
Oh,
there's Tina. That's Tina. That is a
That's
very
a good
good
idea.
one. I'll give you that.
He's lean. He's lean enough. He's
I
lean
did
enough.
like Grant Gustin because he was. I mean, I haven't kept up with the last 2 seasons of The Flash. I have so many things I need to watch. So I'm behind. But he was really good as a Flash. I liked him much better. I liked Ezra Miller for his appearance, but I don't know.
He just okay. Again, it's the writing. They wrote him as a coward, and I thought that was horrible. I don't get into fights. He just always plays that neurotic character, and it's just like Barry Allen is not neurotic. Barry Allen is focused. He wants to get his father out of prison. He is a hardworking kid. He's smart. Like I didn't like the portrayal. I just didn't like the writing. I just didn't enjoy it.
Yeah, there was a lot of like the dialogue and the setting up of the characters from the DCEU that I wasn't fond of.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully they've learned from their mistakes. I know.
Yeah,
hopefully from this on. But the fact that it's come out that he had a physical confrontation with someone, I'm so surprised that they're not calling for his cancellation. They were at first, but then nothing came of it.
Yeah. And it lasted for 2 seconds until the tech gods decided we're squashing this because the media gods didn't want him out of it. That's what it was. It's like whoever has control and likes that person will make sure they don't get canceled, even though he did it in the past year. But yet all these other people 20 years ago, 10 years ago are getting canceled, losing their lives, their ability to make money for their families. And yes, they make a lot of money. I get that, but it's still their right to make money, and they're getting screwed by this. I'm sorry, I'll say it. And you don't have to enjoy it. Unsub me if you need to. This leftist idea of cancel culture, because that is not a right idea. Okay. That is a definite left idea. And I'm sick and tired of cancel culture. Let's just let it go, people. You don't have to agree with someone. You can either ignore them or you can stand up and debate them. Either or. But cancel culture to me is ridiculous. Unless you're Culture Casino.
Yeah.
Hey,
don't cancel Culture Casino.
No. I didn't mean that. So let's read this a little bit. So following the news that Michael Keaton was returning to play Batman in The Flash. Yeah, Andrew Garfield would be good. Followed by increased speculation that Jeffrey Dean Morgan would reprise his cameo role as Thomas Wayne, which would be dope, to play the Flashpoint version of the Cape Crusader, along with the rumors that Warner Brothers owner AT&T want Ben Affleck to finally get around to making his own standalone movie. It looks as though Robert Pattinson could be just one of many variations of The Dark Knight set to hit our screens over the next few years. They have so much confusion going on over here. Like, can any of it be tied together, or is it all going to try to use, are they going to really try to use Flashpoint and try to tie these all together, or just let them be standalone or different universes? What do you guys think?
Again, if they make the Flashpoint movie that has been rumored, it's not Flashpoint. It's something else. It's called Reboot. We Screwed Up. That's what the movie should be called. But you know, if they actually give Ben the movie that he was promised, and he makes an appearance in a Flashpoint kind of a film, that would be friggin' awesome. If Keaton gets to reprise his role and Jack gets to come back and play Jack Napier, I mean, I'm pumped, man. I couldn't. I'm tongue-tied because I'm very excited about the prospect of some of this stuff happening. If it does, I mean, it's the equivalent of saying, "Hey, we're going to give you the Snyder cut from me." You know, I'm very excited about it.
Will it be as a physical Jack Napier or Joker, or will it be as in the mind of Michael Keaton, like we were talking about on the last stream we were just on? What do you think would work better? Because Jack is old, man. Jack has to be in his mid-80s. Yeah,
but look at the de-aging that they can do, and he's still sitting at the side of not this year, but normally he's sitting at the side of the Lakers games, you know, yelling at people still. So, I mean, it works. I mean, you can get him out there, but, you know, you could do a lot with digital stuff, but he could still do the performance. I think, and again, you're looking at aged characters. Everybody. So hey, what's up, Wes?
Sorry, Wes, I was trying to get that off the screen. The more people we add, you're going to see my internet service is going to go lower and lower. It's going to be fun, guys. Here we go. Bear nerd fun in the house.
Bear.
All right.
It's like I just saw you.
Hey, you guys were all together now. All together. Anyway, so but in all honesty, if we can get all these old dudes back, we can get the band back together, maybe they can make something cohesive that they can move forward with. You know what I mean? Because I think everybody.
Yeah, Bear.
Go on, finish your thought, man. I don't want to interrupt you.
No, it's okay. Bear, you always have wisdom.
Yeah, Bear. Have you ever been on one of my streams?
When my live stream was coming to an end, I sent all my subs over to your channel.
I'm noticing a lot of people I haven't seen.
You had
myself and another monster.
You had 5 watching, and so I was getting ready to end, and I asked all my subs to come over here and help you out.
Well, I appreciate that, buddy.
I had about 19, 20 people watching at one point.
Well, thank you to the crew that came over with this good man.
Thanks, Noel. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Lonely Banter just said something that I thought was smart, and I don't know what I did with.
Hey, Tommy.
No.
He's 83. He's 83.
Yeah. Okay. So, but I look. There's been actors that have played into their 90s and done excellent jobs. And I mean, Reiner was acting in addition to producing and directing until fairly recently. You have Dick Van Dyke, who still does the occasional thing. You know, age when you act doesn't matter as much if it can be done well by the filmmaker. So, and I think if you're telling an aging story, I think you can carry it off. I really do, and we've seen it before. I mean, hell, the movie Cocoon was a bunch of embalmed corpses, with Gutenberg walking around in the 80s.
And you got a point, man. You got a point, because I don't think the Joker needs to be dancing around and being all psychotic. He could be psychotic, but he doesn't have to be that outlandish, Joker if it's going to be Jack.
Yeah,
Scott. I just want to go ahead and just drop a little bit of comic book knowledge on you right now. So
yeah, go for it.
Talking about the Flash being portrayed by somebody like 6 foot tall or so at least, and lanky.
I just like a tall, lanky Barry Allen. I think
here's the thing with him. I mean, I know it's kind of tall for you, being down there in the small friend zone, but
5'9"
the original Barry Allen and even the Flash before him, Jay, what was his name? Jay something. They were only 5'11". Okay, which I know it's only
they're all tall to me.
They were only an inch shorter. Jay Garrick. So they were only an inch shorter, but here's the thing. They both weighed around the neighborhood of 179 pounds. Now, somebody that's 5'11", at 179 foot-pounds is not really lanky.
No, they're not husky or bulky at that weight. I think I've gotten used to the idea of Barry Allen being a bigger guy. Maybe lanky's not the right word, but taller. So his longer leg, like it looks better when he's actually running and not a 5'5" Ezra Miller, you know?
Oh yeah. Well, I totally get that. I mean, like I said, it's only like an inch off, but I mean, when you're looking at weight scenario, as opposed to that height, I know 179 pounds is not like the biggest guy in the world, but it's still somebody that's got some solid size to him. It's actually what they consider to be a healthy weight for a normal adult.
Okay.
Ezra's 5'5" with the sandals on.
Man, they're telling me I have to upgrade to add an extra person. They suck.
The interwebs say Ezra Miller's 5'11", but we know how that stuff goes sometimes.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Hail.
Hail.
Hail the Gilkman.
Hail.
Did Scott leave?
Or have you abandoned
Thomas?
your alter
Hey,
ego?
Gilkman.
Hey, Tommy.
What's up, Mr. Gilkman? Mr. Thomas, how are you, sir?
I am well. I'm watching this. The Boston. Every year, Boston does a Boston Pops 4th of July spectacular.
Cool.
Because of COVID, they can't have any ones that are showing like past performances, and they just did a John Williams. So summon the heroes. So it was really cool.
Hey, Thomas, if you don't mind me
Yes.
asking,
That
what
fireball.
prompted the name change back?
I just didn't feel like
Hangover in the bottle.
I just didn't feel like the Gilkman. That's all.
You didn't feel like it anymore? It wore out its welcome?
Yeah, maybe when I get to 500, maybe it'll come back. I've just been going through a lot lately, so that was what prompted it.
Hey, I hope everything starts evening out for you and it starts getting better. You know, because like everybody goes through their moments and they go through their ups and downs. I mean, I'm going through one right now with a financial problem, and you know what? It is what it is. Just keep pushing forward, buddy.
Yes, sir. Will do.
And if you need me to choke somebody that's a troll, I can handle that too.
Hail, Larry.
Yeah, either that or we'll get Ezra Miller to choke a bish for you.
There you go. Choke and throw and kick.
Y'all are assuming that it's a dish. It could be a guy. You never know.
I love trolls.
Assumptions.
I had, and some of the folks in the chat were there when it happened. We were doing one of our conspiracy shows, and I was broadcasting on both Facebook and YouTube. And this lady for like 30 minutes was just insulting me and being so rude. But I thought we handled it pretty well. I had a lot of fun with her.
Hey, RR, it's funny you should say that because I actually have an Undertaker tattoo on my left arm. I have the old Ministry of Darkness symbol tattooed on the inner part of my left arm.
Granted, it was a relatively controversial topic we were covering that day.
Indeed. Indeed.
Yeah, I was just reading RR's comment there. He was there.
Uh-huh.
Tommy, I just put you backstage for a minute. God, without me here, people, you're very choppy. You're very choppy. I want movement. I want people talking. I want flying around. I want everybody to have fun.
All right. That's,
Did he leave?
that's
Very
He's
cool.
going to bring Tommy back.
all right, Culture. That is a very creepy Joker.
That is.
That's very menacing. Is that like a combination of Jack Nicholson and Heath Ledger?
This is the straight up Heath Ledger overlay mask. So yeah,
That's,
if you no, actually, that is that's a painted representation of the clear mask you can buy and and do it yourself. So, yeah,
Hey,
pretty cool.
I want a Sentinel. He is the GOAT. He is the greatest of all times. Now, I am not one to be fawning over anybody that's a celebrity, and I've actually met quite a few wrestlers from the old ECW days. I met Cronus in person, and me and my buddy, we were both over 6 foot tall, and we're both over 240 pounds, and we actually intimidated Cronus. He thought we were going to beat him up, and all I wanted to do was to get him to go in and sign for my younger brother, who's 11 years younger than me. I just wanted him to sign an autograph, but he got scared shitless. But out of all the wrestlers that I've ever met or wanted to meet, there's only one that I would ever like really want to meet, and that would be Mark Calloway, the Undertaker. That guy is freaking awesome. I mean, the shit that guy has put himself through for the fans of wrestling, it's amazing. It's amazing the longevity that guy has had.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, speaking as someone who has seen what you look like in like on camera when you show yourself, Tommy, you are pretty intimidating. No offense. Like when you got on camera, it was back in December, and this was before everyone really knew the Mecha McCheese and Huge Ass were the same thing. You got on that stream and you showed him, you took him down.
Oh yeah, I
And you
think I
did
saw
it
that
on
one.
camera. And you did it on camera too.
No, he just irritated me. He was so ridiculous. I mean, not only was he attacking you while you were trying to run your stream, but then he had the gall to sit there and attack people in the chat, and he made the mistake attacking me, like thinking that I was just going to let it slide like everybody else was doing. I mean, there's a few people in the greater YouTube community that need to learn when you go ahead and you throw shade at me, I will take a little bit of it, but I am going to wind up throwing shade back at you, and don't get upset when it happens.
That's true. Very true.
It's fair.
So I'm looking forward to DC reboot of some sort. I'm looking forward to the Snyder Cut. But should I be
Sorry,
looking
Tommy.
forward to
No, he's not, Tommy.
Flashpoint? And we have 3 people here who haven't talked about this subject. That would be Wes, Bear, and Thomas.
That's what I was
guys?
just about to say. Thank you,
Yeah.
Culture. You keep running the show, brother. I'll be backstage talking to my chat.
Scott is the new Steven, by the way. Scott is the new Steven.
Okay.
Yeah. But honestly, so
wait,
Wes, what do you... Yeah, oh, sorry. Go ahead, Thomas.
So wait, if Scott's the new Steven, does that mean does that mean the whole anima thing that applies to Steven applies to
No, we have
Scott
to come
as
up
well?
with something for Scott. Scott doesn't seem like the enema type. So, wow, you got removed. Thomas is peace out.
Scott is a
No, he's not removed. Thomas, you're not removed. I wanted to answer your question.
Oh.
We have the great Stephen Walton backstage who loves the enemas. That is fine. Whatever your gig is, whatever you enjoy,
Backstage.
whatever. I handle a
Backstage,
stream.
backdoor.
Not I know, with the backdoor backstaging of Stephen Walton. I'm like a gardener. Like George R. Martin. I like to add people and remove people. Like I'm going to remove somebody random here to add Steven. So be.
Oh, okay.
Oh, all right.
Thomas.
Well, I keep things going. Oh, I thought about the Snyder Cut.
I was trying to, yeah, and then our host interrupted me.
All right. Well, it's interesting. I always compare. I think of it maybe the same way as yikes. This is kind of disturbing.
Steven!
Now, see, if Scott had enough money to get the upgraded StreamYards, then we could all be here together right now. But
So to have more than 6,
mean-
you have to pay for it.
Yeah, you got to get like the upgraded.
What is it?
Some of us didn't go up to all the big time YouTubers and said, "Can I be on your show? I got a book. Hey, can I peddle my book to you guys? Oh, look at me. I got 1,000 people now. And I use Scott's great talent to get my 4,000 hours. And now I'm getting paid. Look at me. I'm the
Scott-
great Stephen Walton."
Scott, did you say we should suppositorily promote his book? On it, buddy. I'm on it.
I can insert a lot of comments about Steven's book.
How many can you insert?
I will get deep in that
How
subject.
many can you insert?
if
Hey, Steven.
hey, you know what? Maybe maybe I think Scott's a little jealous because he was acting like he was friends with people like Drunk, but they shunned him. They shunned him, and they didn't shun me, and I think that's effective.
Steve.
Oh my.
Go on, guys.
I
just
forgot
wanted
we
to-
were talking about
Snyder
it.
Cut.
Yes, Wes. The Snyder Cut.
For the fans. Way to go.
And let me just say, Drunk 3PO, he likes to play hard to get, but he knows who his real friend is, Steven.
Sporking. Never mind. I'll wait till you come back.
What were we
Okay.
talking about?
Dude, now Wes is gone. I was going to ask Wes about the Snyder Cut. Does anybody want to talk about the Snyder Cut?
You could
Hey,
put Wes in the
we
talk
are
about the
playing,
Snyder
we
Cut.
are playing musical podcasters right now.
I do.
This is a brand new game. This is
Oh,
fun.
wait a back. Okay. Yeah, I like the Snyder Cut. I think it's a great idea. I think it's a win for the fans, but I think it's probably still going to suck because it's dark and incomplete and isn't going to complete the story.
He's out.
So Bear,
Are you
Bear, do you think that the Snyder Cut's key in what DC is going to need to do to rebuild?
I think they're screwed. But,
Really?
you know, if they put the Snyder Cut together and they put it on an actual Blu-ray, that's kind of how I want to watch. I don't want to watch it in episodes.
So 6 episodes isn't going to work for you. So
I want it on a Blu-ray, man. I want a physical copy.
Okay.
That PayPal link is in the chat, by the way.
Thank you.
Kick ass. How's everybody doing tonight? How was your 4th of July?
How much coffee have you had?
1 cup.
I'm having a cup of Pete's.
You love that Pete's, don't you? What? Nerd
I do,
cookies,
actually.
what?
Just pour it in.
Italian
Pour it
roast.
in.
What?
Steven, do you like to grind your own beans, or are you more of a like pre-ground kind of coffee imbiber?
I'm going to ground your beans.
I'm having tap water with a hint of fluoride and just a touch of chlorine. Cheers.
Is that the special electrolyte water? The what is that stuff? There's this water kit that you can get. I knew this guy that sold it. You can get like either a big one or you can get a small one for your house, and you pass water through these metal plates, and it.
Like
Uh-oh.
That is just boring. Oh, you passed water through a metal plate. So I do have a question for you, Steven. If I were to upgrade right now, will it automatically switch over, or would I have to restart the whole stream?
That's a good question.
I think it's immediate.
I mean,
Well,
if you're sleeping with your wife and you purchase a hooker, you've got to get off and you get on to the next thing.
Hey,
I don't know how to bounce off of that. Who has Thomas? What do you think? You think the Snyder Cut is? You think the Snyder Cut is going to save DC? Do you think it's going to help with kind of rebooting the property as we see it because it's been such a colossal failure?
I think if they need to do something, because Marvel is kicking their ass. Granted, some of their movies haven't been as good, Captain Marvel, and a few others, but Marvel knows what it needs to do to achieve the success of the fans and the financial success. And DC, Zack Snyder, I feel, is DC's, semi Kevin Feige, because of the fact that Kevin Feige gives the fans what they want, for the most part. Zack Snyder, there was, we got Man of Steel, and that was a great movie. We got Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice, and that was so-so. But then we got the Ultimate Edition, and that was actually better because there was stuff in it that he didn't put in because they didn't want him to, or he didn't feel was appropriate. And then at the end of Justice League, you have what I think is one of the best post-credit scenes I've ever seen. Mid-credit scenes, post-credit scenes rather, where you see Joe Manganiello, who plays Deathstroke, who's going to be playing Deathstroke, and he steps onto the boat, and they talk, and Lex talks to Deathstroke about a team, and that seeing Deathstroke the way he's supposed to be sent chills up my spine. And if rumor is to be true, we're getting a dark side in the Snyder Cut. I think we might also be getting Martian Manhunter. So I think Zack Snyder delivers to the fans, and I think the way they pulled it off was beautiful. You have Henry Cavill, come into the Zoom call when they do a watch party. I think if they're not able to pull it off, so it's like to the effect that a lot of the fans think, like Lethal Lightning, Ryan, President El Presidente, Abu Nas, and a few others. I think DC is gonna be wrecked.
Hi, Thomas. Hi. I think it'd be wrecked. What about you? Do you want to go see? Do you want to watch the Snyder Cut together?
No, I'd rather watch it with Sporking or with the Ords.
But what about?
What are you doing? Are you trying to take Thomas away from me? I don't appreciate that.
Thomas was promised to me first.
Whoa.
My future ex-husband, right here. The only one. You're the only future ex-husband.
I don't want you though. I told you I want Ords.
You're
not Ords.
I like it when you fight.
You know what? I mean, maybe if you didn't shave off your, maybe if you didn't shave, then I would want you. Now you look like a baby. Now you look like a baby face. Like,
you know what?
You just look really weird when you shaved. So
you don't want me, Thomas? You don't want me? I took my shirt off for you on a live stream. I'm growing it back. Let's watch the Snyder Cut together.
I can't unsee that. I can't unsee that.
I just wish you could have saw Bear Nerd Fun's face when that just happened. He took it off screen, but he was like this.
That's great. That's great. Put me in the back for a minute. I gotta get a drink.
You guys would make a lovely couple.
I will forever hate you for that.
Speaking of making a drink, I'm going to finish this bottle tonight. So
yeah, do it.
Thank you, thank you.
You know
thank
that
you,
stuff.
Steven.
That stuff is a hangover in a bottle.
It is.
Yes, it is.
A liquor. Yeah.
I have 2 liters of soda and Fireball.
Steven
Fireball and apple
has
cider
2
is yummy.
liters of coffee.
Oh yeah. Oh, I have apple vine. You think apple vine and Fireball would go good together?
Yes.
It'd be like apple
Well, what's
cinnamon.
apple vine? Is that like Angry Orchards?
No, it's homemade. I make my own alcoholic apple wine.
Apples and cinnamon. Yum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like a win.
Yeah.
Although it does sound like a hangover. Yeah.
I really want to see Sporking.
Well, yes, if you drink the whole bottle.
So apparently Steven made this into Sporking Nudes podcast. Hey, we're going to talk about Brie. Let's talk about Brie, baby. Let's talk about you and me.
I'd rather have brie cheese.
To Brie or not to Brie? That is
I love
the
Brie
question.
cheese.
Actually, brie is very yummy.
Yeah. On a Triscuit. Like I have these.
Just breathe this alone.
Yeah, I have the cracked pepper and olive oil Triscuits, and Brie cheese on that sounds really good right now.
That sounds good.
Apparently Brie was served at quite a few beheadings.
Final Death Star said that now I know why I didn't join the stream.
Yeah. Steven and all of his pale moon glory.
Toxic
Hey,
masculinity.
We're talking
overload.
about Brie, guys.
Oh, sorry.
We're talking about Brie.
I tried to.
Okay, this has been a challenge. This has been a challenge to see if you're prepared for the stream when it comes at you.
I was.
Now,
Yeah, I was laughing and I just choked on my own saliva.
Oh. Yeah. So honestly, look, and this is something I know I'll talk about on my morning show tomorrow. So this is kind of a preview of my thoughts, but Brie is here to rehab her image. I think it is all one giant publicity thing that her publicist and other people are trying to navigate her towards. What do you guys think? Anybody?
She looks
I
less
agree.
than thrilled.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. I think it's to rehab her image, and it's all a publicity stunt, and it's none of it's real.
Yeah. Yeah. Thomas, before you go.
Yes, sir.
Thomas will never leave. Thomas will never leave.
What the fuck?
No, I want to hear what I wanted to be
You gotta
next to
let
Thomas.
Steven
I've
say
been
goodbye to
working.
him first,
I've been working. Oh, he's not leaving. You're not leaving our winner. Are you
I
leaving
can't
us?
keep up with the musical
want it back?
chairs.
He's sporking. Sporking.
Yes.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Continue.
That son of a gun. Well played, sir. Well played.
Wow, he didn't even pump. He didn't even pump his channel. That's a bummer.
That
No,
was
Pimp his
that was
channel,
a
Scott.
that was a pretty smooth exit. The only person I think that could have performed that better is Steven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish he was shirtless one more time with him. But no, please, if I have a mod in the chat, Tommy, if you can, or somebody else, please put Thomas's channel. Thomas is one of my favorite content creators. Thomas is very real. Thomas will talk about how he's feeling. He will talk about mental health. He'll talk about ducks. He'll talk about geeks and gamers. He is, if you want to see what YouTube is when it used to be like someone real just coming on and talking about their life and not these made up vlogs that we see today where, like, you know, all the kids are set up and the people are set up. Watch Thomas. I want to get him to 500. We need to push Thomas past 500, okay, to show that the fourth wave has everyone's back that came in with us. So please sub to everybody who's been bouncing around my channel tonight. Please, please.
I talk about
please
ducks
get
too.
Thomas. Yeah, you do, and Wes is great. Wes is great, but Wes should have kept his goddamn mouth shut. Wes is a good dude. You could always sub to him. Bear, one of the OG fourth waivers. You know, Elaine doesn't need my help because she has like 5,000 fans, but whatever.
It's
Stephen
a
Walton,
fluke.
Mr. 1,000.
It's a fluke.
No, you make great stuff. We
Your
can't
content
promote you
is
enough.
insane. Your
Yeah, we can't
content
promote-
is
So sweet.
insane.
Yeah.
It's the truth. You see, and Steve and I have talked about this many times. When you come into YouTube, mostly in a fandom like ours, even breaking it down even further into the Phantom Menace, so you're even into a smaller group of the fandom, not smaller, but you know what I mean. Women sometimes get that first boost, but your talent has taken you way past the first boost mark. Like, you have the best Dune content out there in YouTube. So if you like Dune,
Aw.
make sure you check out Elaine's channel.
I mean, honestly,
Guys, thanks so much.
I'd rather like to listen to a woman than a dude.
Oh yeah.
You know, so that's just what it is, man. It's just
Yeah, I'm a simp for Elaine and for Jane. So yeah.
Jane and Jane and Nerd Cookies are troublemakers, and so you have to understand. You have to understand what you're getting into when you hit that subscription. Like, if you're looking for shenanigans and information, definitely Nerd Cookies and Jane Theory. Do it.
But the lilt of their voice, the intonation, and their diction, it's amazing. It's intoxicating. Even if they're reading one of the worst, Jane was reading one of the worst chapters of literature I've ever heard. It's the first chapter of the new Star Wars book. Yeah, and but you know, she, because of her voice, I stuck it out, and it almost made me think that there was something there, but there wasn't.
You know, that elation was so well worded, it gave me a cerebral erection. Well done, sir.
Please keep your shirt on, Steven. And your pants.
The pants are on?
That means so much to me. Thank you so much for your support. Honestly, it really helps to keep me motivated and keep me making good content. So thank you so much.
Look, we appreciate you. You know, you're a little bigger than the rest of us. We look up to you, Nerd Cookies. We really do. We appreciate you being around.
She ain't here no more.
Steven, by your own admission.
Well, she's in the back because I don't want to be thought of as sexist. So I wanted to drop her as she was speaking.
Right. Dig it.
Steven, by your own admission, you're actually a little guy. So.
Oh my God! Give me strength.
Gotta have more.
What was it? Stunning and brave young dwarf. I believe
This
that
is
was your
going away
catchphrase.
tonight.
That's a
I'm
big
drinking
bottle,
this all.
You're already halfway through it, man.
I have a case of this stuff. That's bottle number 2.
That's for winter time. I love Fireball, but that's good now.
That's my unsee this juice.
Wes, you
I
got
can't-
one to play.
I'm trying a new Canadian whiskey tonight.
Ooh.
Pendulum.
Oh.
Wes, you got me wanting to play Super Nintendo. Super Metroid. I
Yeah,
missed
man.
that game, bro.
It is. It's a great game. It's got a great score. It's got a great story. The gameplay is good.
Guys, Guys, I'm going to get in trouble if we don't get back to talking about Bree. So let's get back to Bree.
Oh, okay, yes.
So
Yeah.
I just
The
learned,
cheese?
Yes,
I learned
he's
something new.
heard from the boss, and the boss says, "Get back to the subject."
All right.
I learned
I love the brie
that,
cheese.
that a person who sells cheese is called a cheesemonger.
Oh yeah, that's true. And like a fishmonger, if you sell fish, you're a fishmonger.
So
If you sell tacos, you're a taco monger.
If you sell sex, you're not.
Tell me if
Hey,
Okay,
hey,
I'm
hey,
sorry.
hey,
Go
hey,
ahead.
hey, everybody! I want to just interject just for 1 minute. So, in case some of you don't know, I'm actually going through some financial problems, and I posted some stuff on eBay, and I talked about it in the last video when I did that cancel culture video. Now, some of the people that are in this community have actually stepped up, and they've actually bid on some of my items that I have on eBay, which is going to tremendously help me out
Wow.
on all the money that I'm already behind on my mortgage. And you know what? I can't thank all of you enough. Latino Slant, Parrothead, you guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. You don't know how much this means to me and how much it's going to help. I really, truly do appreciate it. You guys are awesome.
I love this community.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
me too.
awesome, Tommy. Thanks.
Yeah, Tommy, we appreciate you so much, brother.
Hey, Tommy, Four Horsemen are going to ride later, so you should be on so we can put that link out there and spread the word.
Oh yeah.
Is
I'll
Tommy
be
going to be the
around.
horse?
I got nothing better to do tonight, man. There's nobody in the house. The wife's working the double. The kids are off playing Dungeons and Dragons. I got the whole house to me and the guinea pigs.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Parrothead, are you? Kanye has thrown his hat in the ring for 2020.
What?
Wow.
Is that serious?
For real?
it's a ploy for him to take over for Mike Pence. He's really running for VP.
Mad Mardigan, yes, we did.
Not giving us we're shooting together. Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, CCDV and Moira, that would have been
Steven.
awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Good people, been around for a while. I like to see all the. It's like I've been streaming with so many people in the last 8 months.
The PayPal, not the eBay.
What?
No, I thought I dropped the eBay link. Scott asked me to drop the eBay link, and I dropped the PayPal link by accident.
Adam Price, if you sell hot dogs, are you a dog monder?
Yes.
That's great.
Well, I think a dong monger is something else, but a dog monger possibly.
What are we talking about?
We are talking about the fact that this community, this group of nerds, these geeks, these wonderful people, we all rise together. That
Yes,
culture that was
Yeah.
down from the first wave, that first wave of creators that stood up as the voices for our modern mythologies and watched out for one another and spoke about one another, protected each other, and who lashed against the access media and the shills who were lying and spinning narratives about us, everybody on this panel, everybody in this chat, everybody in the fandoms. And that culture of helping one another has always been passed down. It was passed down to the people that came before me, the people like Mary Mayhem, Ryan Cannell, it was passed down to me by people like Thomas Gilkey, who have always been there to talk if anybody needed it at any point in time. Been there like Tommy in the chats incessantly with different tabs open so that he could mod and help to look out for our chats to make sure that nothing nefarious went down, that YouTube could clip us for. The whole fandom menace. We rise together. We look out for one another and we stand united. And when I see things like people giving money to Drew when he went through his problems, and when I see people helping out Tommy when he's going through his problems, I am reminded once again of how valuable and precious this community is. The fandoms together, standing united, helping one another rise, and if need be, stand. I love the fandom menace. Hail all my brothers and sisters out there in the chats.
Hail.
Hail.
I definitely would not have my channel if it wasn't for this community.
Oh yeah.
It was definitely like therapy
neither.
for me, I feel.
Yeah.
Especially with Star Wars.
After The Last Jedi, I think that's about the
Yes.
time we all found these people. You know, the people that were, you know, the waves previous to us, Elaine. You're 100% right. I didn't mean to interrupt you, hon.
Oh, no, you didn't. Yeah, it was, that just brings me back. And especially your video today, Stephen, really just brought all those feelings back. And I'm so grateful for this community and for everyone. It just makes me so, because a lot of people that I knew, a lot of my friends, like, loved the Star Wars movies, loved the sequel trilogy, and I felt like I was going insane.
No.
So it's
Well,
so nice to see that.
You guys
So
like
like,
Jared
okay,
you must
Bree
not
Prime?
like Luke Skywalker then. Okay.
That is fantastic. No, you know what? And I took Steven out, but Steven is actually, like, he is correct. This community supports one another. If Tommy needs help, even if you can't donate, take that link, share it on your social media.
Burn it up.
You know,
turn it on.
because
Signal boost.
just there's going to be somebody out there that'll give, more than you can. So if you could give a little, give a little. If you could spread the news, and never be, the whole idea, oh, man can't ask for help. Fuck that. If it's your house, we're here to help, man. That's what this community's for.
Yeah, and if you're having a bad day, if things are going sideways, if there's stuff going on in your life that you feel is overwhelming, you can talk to almost any of us. I mean, this is as much a consumer advocacy group as it is a mental health group. It's a support group that you've never ever been a part of, because everybody is joined together in fandom of one thing or another. And even if we disagree and we speak passionately about those things, we never part as anything other than friends.
Definitely.
Well, I'm gonna tell you guys something. Right before I had actually ever started a YouTube channel, I went through a series of misfortunate events, and it started off with my brother disappearing. My brother he has MS, and he's always been a bit of a drinker. He's 11 years younger than me, and the kid has been in the hospital numerous times, and he was actually on what's that called, dialysis machine for a while. He actually he was technically dead in the hospital when they took him in, because of freaking he drank so much that he wound up being in an alcohol-induced coma, and they actually had to resuscitate him. He disappeared, and shortly after he disappeared, my mother was recovering from brain cancer, and she had like a surgery and everything. She passed away while he was missing. Nobody knew what happened to him. The day that she passed away, my brother, apparently he was in a hospital, and they sent him off to a nursing home. And he's pretty much been in a nursing home ever since. So you went from that. I had to go up there and help my father, and I lost whatever money that I needed to spend on bills for the month, because I had to spend all that money to fly up to New Jersey from Florida to help out. And when I came back, there was problems in the house. Our washing machine, broke and had to be replaced. Then after that, my wife wound up getting flat tires. She got flat tires on all four tires on the car. Her AC went, and AC went, and in Florida with no AC in your car, yeah, that's not fun driving to work, especially if you get stuck in heavy traffic. So we had that happen. So that was bad enough it is. But then all of a sudden our septic system was backing up, and that had to be pumped out. And that was another $260 that I really just didn't have at the time to spend. So that happened. And then on top of that, my older guinea pig wound up developing a big giant tumor on his stomach. And that was like one of the first videos I did, like maybe about the third video that I did. And obviously, just starting off trying to do stuff like that, I couldn't get any help whatsoever. I even shared the link out on Facebook, when Facebook is trash, if you ask me. But whatever, like all these people that are supposedly my friends on Facebook, they never helped at all, like sharing it out, except one person. And she was awesome enough to say, "Oh, here, I set you up with what was it? A GoFundMe." She said, set up a GoFundMe and I'll donate. And she donated. Nobody else even bothered like sharing it out really or helping me. Now I'm going through the same type of problem again. And I already have people helping me out, going out of their way to try to share it and do that stuff. And you know what? I cannot say enough good things about this community that you are helping me out. And you are all honorary members of the Guinea Pig Collective. You now have no knees, so you don't have to kneel.
Kick ass.
Oh,
love it.
And keep in mind, I am known to, if you need it, to take prayer requests. I don't do it in live streams. I do it and after hours stuff like that. But you got problems, you need prayer, man. Let me know, and I'll be glad to pray for you.
Bear will go to his cave and set you up, buddy.
No, serious.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so Brie Larson. Were we supposed to talk about Brie Larson?
Well, there's a question for you to answer, I think, right there. Boom.
Yeah. I put that question up to ask that question. There's a couple guys, Mad Morgan, Tom Williams, one of my guys who follows me on my Winds of Winter streams and stuff. Thomas Williams just did his first video, I believe, today.
Nice.
Awesome.
There's one other person was bouncing around in there. Are they fifth wave or are they fourth wave? Because I think we're on the cusp right now, aren't we?
I would say fall. Maybe fall time would be the next wave.
Fall time?
Yeah, so we're still in
August. Like really, I was thinking
right.
August. Like
August?
the beginning of beginning of August would be now the next wave.
So we're at the
So
tail
you
end.
guys
We're
are
at the
fourth
tail
wave.
end. Yeah,
you're still fourth wave. You're still
Tail end.
fourth wave.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can you explain the waves?
No.
Steven?
No, okay.
Steven?
First wave to me is, and this is all just me. This is all just me coming up with this shit in my own head because I was trying to figure out how to write the books, and I was trying.
You're
to
the historian.
To write with.
Yeah, you're the
And
historian.
So the first wave to me are the initial voices, the ones that came to or were started talking out about this before, like right when the moniker the Phantom Menace began to be used. That came out of EVS's chat, and you know what? The way that this happened, I rather appreciate. It was someone in the chat of Comic Artist Pro Secrets who said we are the Phantom Menace to EVS. Have not been able to track down who that person is, and I think that it's actually better that way. And then he brought that to the High Council and said, we are the Phantom Menace. And that's when all this really started. So everybody up until that point in there, I consider first wave. Second wave are like the people that came up just after them. And that is like the State Kenobis, like that era of people. And then the third wave would be like Mary Mayhem, Ryan Canal, Drunk 3PO. I would consider myself third wave, but I said, fuck that. I want to be with the new kids. Lethal Lightning, absolutely. Just do that whole era of tubers. And then here we are, just like everybody. All right, fuck it. We're coming together and doing this shit. And now here we are. Yep. Fourth wave.
Hey, let's welcome DJ Scandalous to the chat.
DJ.
He was on my channel
that is awesome.
A week ago. He's awesome. So I put his link in the chat, so make sure you sub because he's an awesome guy.
TJ,
that was a great show.
TJ's talking to everybody, man. You are awesome, brother.
Yeah. We appreciate you, man. We were all very upset about the shenanigans that were done to you via YouTube. So everybody's glad that came right back.
I just want to show DJ this because he's the one who told me to get these.
Yeah, those are friggin' awesome headphones.
Yeah, Audio Technica. Yeah, that's some good stuff.
Dude, thank you
With
for
those
this because they were 50 something bucks. It came with this stand, so you can put them on the stand, and it came with a hardcover holder. I got it on eBay. DJ sent me a couple tweets about
tweets.
Different stuff. Because dude, DJ's getting close to like the 750,000 club, I think, and he still like helps out us. So he is Phantom Menace if he doesn't rep it or not. The dude is from Pittsburgh too, so that's a plus. You know, he's a good man, and I really appreciate this because, dude, it changed my life as a YouTuber. Like I can actually hear people, and it doesn't fall off my head, and there's no duct tape. So thank you, my brother.
I guess I should pick up a pair because I'll respond to something and they're like, that's not what they said. I was like, oh, well, if they did say that, that's what I think.
Brie Larson is DJ Scandalous's favorite YouTuber ever.
Inspiring, all that hard work she had to put in.
I know. Could you imagine the stress that you come under to be monetized before you put out your first video? To have the algorithm.
She doesn't know how to work her printer. Somebody definitely edited that for her.
Nerd Cookies, what is that about? Are you saying that she had to look up a YouTube video to figure out how to work her printer?
She said that. I didn't say
Hey,
that.
man, printers are a hairy area. I'm telling you, man, they're a pain in the ass.
How to work your
Yeah, well,
printer.
I got a couple hairy
Back to
areas, but I
this.
don't look on YouTube videos to figure out how to use them.
You
Steven,
know what? Brie Larson
Steven.
getting a YouTube channel reminds
you
me
see
of?
that? You see that?
At Tommy, Matt Marty, got Tommy the Guinea Pig Collective. I just placed a bid on your Darth Maul. Even raised my own bid. First time I've ever been on eBay. Hope it helps. Hail, Matt Mortigan, man. Hail, brother. Hail. And if
It
awesome.
does help, and it helps more than you know. I mean, seriously.
and if you guys
I can't thank you enough.
if you guys could share that out on Twitter or Facebook, whatever social media platform you use, maybe a couple of the items that you think somebody would like, that'd be awesome too. We appreciate you. I'm going to do that later on.
Absolutely. Let me tweet it out. So Brie Larson getting a YouTube channel kind of is the digital equivalent of like Hillary pulling out hot sauce in a black church. That kind of remind you of that. a little bit.
Yeah. You know what? This is that damn dude. That is a perfect way of putting it. This is what I have to say about Brie Larson, and I said it on Steven's stream, Rogue Entertainment stream, every Saturday night. This is what is terrible about this. So these people are so narcissistic, so I need my attention, that they don't just have movies and TV and all the freaking fame on Instagram and Twitter. They need to come to YouTube because they're just not getting it right now because no movies are being released. And I want everyone to see that I'm a human being and I'm likable, guys. I'm likable.
I just want to be a person.
I just want to be people and play people. I got to get that clip. I don't want to use it because Mecha Random uses it. I don't want to bite anybody's clips.
Cheers, stream.
Yeah, private chat there.
I should have left it. I didn't even think about that. So what do you think is her goal? Is it to make people think she's not a computer alien type like being, AI of some sort? Because
He's bored.
Scott Pilgrim movies, the best, or that were for you. Or is it the narcissistic, I want to control the narrative. I want to be able to talk what I want to talk about. But then if someone starts picking on me, I can get them canceled off of YouTube and ruin their lives.
I'm leaning towards the latter.
I think it's multifaceted, and I think it's for different reasons. Unless Brie Larson is more intelligent than I give her credit for, because I see her just being bored in Hollywood right now, not having anything to do, and she's got to keep her image up, and she's already gotten backlash for the statements that she's made, and then that shined through in the way Captain Marvel was received, and had to be protected. Like, I'm sorry, you can't know unless she's really vapid. She can't not know that Captain Marvel was protected. It just was. But I think that she's bored. She's going to come on YouTube, and maybe her publicist is saying here, work on your image, do it here. Because you know what? To be honest with you, if she has to know, I would think she'd have to know that a lot of the critics of hers come from YouTubers.
Oh,
who criticized her. So to be fair, to come on, even with all of the advantages and privilege that she has in getting started, to face something like that, to come to a platform that has been critical of you, is, I would say, a brave in the face of opposition, regardless of my opinion on the person themselves. What I'm afraid of is that there are more nefarious purposes afoot with her publicists and with the companies that are promoting her, that want her to be like a franchise actor, like Disney, Marvel, and that they're going to use it to abuse a law in place that can get you kicked off of YouTube for attacking another creator, for consistent attacks against another creator, and that the criticism being levied against her or any of the parts or statements that she has portrayed and said, that that'll be used to try and dismantle us and further chip away at our freedom of thought, freedom to express ourselves. So that is one thing I am very concerned with. I'm interested to see how the next couple of months play out, because if anything, Brie Larson is going to give us, depending on how many videos she makes, an unlimited amount of material to talk about while we're still in quarantine.
I agree. She is going to be a plethora of topics.
Pretty sure
You know,
she
I
would
just-
keep 4 subs on my stream about her.
Yeah. But Culture Casino put it right. You cannot attack her on every stream. You have to break it up because she will be able to use that against you. And
Yep.
I don't doubt her being that petty, Culture. Don't you think she would be that petty?
Oh, I know for sure she will be. In fact, we've actually, you and I talked about this earlier, and I intend to talk about it tomorrow during my culture review stream in the morning. But it's no joke that she felt criticized. She felt smaller because, despite what anybody tells you, they listen to everything that we say, and if not them directly, it's one of their people. And they don't have to watch the video. They can have somebody capture the video for them, and then they can show that around. But it's and were we harsh or were we critical about the movie? Absolutely. Was it But I mean, I didn't actually say Brie was this, that, or something else. Her performance was poor, and she looks like a plank of wood on screen, right? But I didn't,
But even then, you may get attacked.
Possibly.
Even when you look at The Last of Us, people just talking about it got strikes on their channels. About it.
I think that it coming into play at some point in the near future, and especially when there's competition for a different platform or from a different platform, which, we thought maybe Twitch and Mixer were going to be competition to one another, but obviously Mixer decided to, shit the bed. But, it's as competition comes in, you have to compete, and you don't get to do just whatever you want. And in this particular arena, when it comes to what we do as YouTubers, it's a monopoly because BitChute isn't a viable alternative.
Right.
And when you get for Twitter, Gab's not a viable alternative. Parler might be, but they still have a censorship issue of their own. They have some terms of service.
Yeah, you were
as well.
saying that.
Yeah. So, if I don't know, I mean, I try to be as thoughtful as I can when it comes to talking about
I don't mean.
Yeah.
Right. I don't mean to interrupt you. I want to get Bear back on because I really enjoy watching you guys work and have fun. I just want to say there's a lot of new faces. Thank you to Bear sending people that came over because of they were watching the Rogue Entertainment. Please hit like. We're at like 37, 38. Let's get it up to 50. Maybe that'll help with the stream.
Oh, that'll help.
I'd like to say thank the I'd like to thank the TARDIS Zone, Admiral, Oliver, Franklin, Doom, and there's a couple other Diablo, Dame for just subscribing like an hour ago. Those are probably Bears people, and if not, or you're finding me because of TikTok, because I am pretty known over there. I appreciate you guys coming on. We talk about all the woke bullshit in the world, not just in entertainment, but tonight is entertainment. So I would like to find out what you guys.
Just as essential to going ahead and hitting that there like button is to share the video out, because YouTube is not going to help whatsoever.
And not going to help at all for anybody, that's an up-and-coming creator. Absolutely not.
Unless your name is Cheese Larson, they're not going to help you.
I want to jump to something.
YouTube's become
I want to jump to something else. When you guys are done talking about Brie, I want to jump over to, and I want to bring Bear back on for this, the idea that after about 10 years, Mount Rushmore, fireworks president there again. What do you guys think? Discuss.
Fireworks? Fireworks made my dogs freak out. I had to cut my stream short.
You guys were talking about Brie. Well,
usually I only cut my stream short if I get startled in the bathroom.
Doesn't that hurt when you?
It does.
As I was saying, yesterday I was hanging out in Friday Night Tights chat, and Brie Larson YouTube channel subject came up, and so I went over there real quick and I posted some comments, and I invited her to Friday night's chat on the YouTube link, and I put a link there, and there were some other people kind of having some innocent fun, and I may be blocked now. Who knows? But I figured I'd just share the link out and figure she can come hang out and, watch everything,
Culture Casino, can we get a blocked bear?
Yeah, I'll work on that too.
All right, cool. Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
So we're gonna have a grumpy bear,
It's going to be a
ghost
red
bear,
right?
and a
Yeah.
blocked bear. Okay.
I got it.
Okay,
I
cool.
got it. Right, yeah.
Thank you.
In fact, Steven, if you just want to send me a running list of all the Care Bear bears that I'm doing for Bear, the
Oh.
Bear Scare Bear.
I love the Care Bears.
Well, we're gonna have our own Care Bears, but they're gonna be Bear Bears.
The Bear Bears. Bear
Bear
Bears.
Bears.
I'm going to do a ghost
Bodega
bear.
Outlaw is in the chat. What's up,
Hey,
Hey,
what's up?
Bodega.
No, I want to just go ahead and drop this one. I've been on quite a few different streams, imagine that. But I actually have
DJ's
run
right.
into Odega a few times, and there's been a few streams already in the past couple days that he could not see my chat whatsoever because YouTube hates me.
I've been having issues with my chats too. So
It's because you're so
I know.
handsome, Tommy. Tommy. If Tommy's ever on camera, guys, Tommy, dang man. Yeah.
I like that culture.
Oh yeah.
I haven't been able to do text while I super chat. I don't know.
Dude, it's
if
been
anyone else
weird.
has that issue.
Yeah, Elaine, I and I know that there's like lots of phone issues depending upon if you're on Android or iPhone. I've
I
seen a
tried
lot
on
of
my
weird
laptop,
crap.
on my phone.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, I have to reload. Like I was trying to super chat a war with Steven the other day, and I had to refresh twice.
I've
I
had a
don't think
case
Steven-
open with YouTube for weeks, so
You're
I don't know
weeks?
what's going on with. Yes, I've had so many issues. For a
Not
while,
cool.
I couldn't even chat. I couldn't even do like normal chatting, and then
So
that's fixed. But I still have issues with text while I super chat. So I can super chat, but I can't have text in. It won't let me do that.
Hail,
So I
real
still
quick.
have an issue with that.
Hail Thomas Williams. He said Shazam was my Captain Marvel movie. Absolutely, man.
Yep.
That's one of the things that pissed me off. Like, okay, even if Larson wasn't cast as Captain Marvel, I'd have still had a problem with Captain Marvel, to be honest with you, because my Captain Marvel is in DC. That Billy Batson. That's Captain Marvel. That's how I feel. I'm a DC kid.
I feel like they definitely shouldn't have shoehorned her in during the most pivotal
Oh, it was
moment
pivotal.
Well,
in the Avengers.
They could have done it possibly written it another way. Like, I understand them bringing in a new character at that point, one that would be able to save Tony. But I mean, you could have been written. That could have been written around. They could have made it home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
and I
let's be
feel like
honest,
it wouldn't
that
have
was-
because I wasn't interested into it. I'm not that familiar with Captain Marvel as a character, so I was going into it not knowing like who this character is, and I was so not interested in it, and I felt like it was being shoehorned into this moment that belonged to the core Avengers.
Well, Brie
So I
already,
did not appreciate that.
Brie had already
Well, of
expressed
course
to
it
me-
was. Of course it was, because that was their plan all along. Because Favreau had already come out and said that was his plan, to push for more female representation. That is exactly why they did it. That was their
feel
plan.
like they
That's
could've
been their
done it
plan
on
for
their
quite a
own.
few years.
In Feig.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like if they wanted it to be legitimate, they should have created it from the start. Like have it beginning on its own. Let it stand on its own. Don't shoehorn it in to the most pivotal moment, what you've made like 20 movies to the conclusion of. And of course it's going to do well because people are like, they're so invested in it this moment.
Yeah,
So I feel like it definitely did not stand on its own. And if you're going to have this character, you should have it stand on its own and then have something legitimate or have a legitimate part in it. But I
You
feel
know why
like
they
it definitely
steered
could have taken it out and it wouldn't have made it any difference.
Well, that's why they did what they did. They put it in between the two movies to make you think you had to watch it. You
Yeah, I
thought
did
you
not
had
appreciate
to.
that at all.
You had to.
Yeah.
Right? That came out after Infinity War, or right before? I forget.
yeah, it was in the
after
middle.
Infinity, after
Right.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, I think. Or was it
Okay. Well, they
Around there.
made you think you had to see it, and it had nothing to do except for that one end scene, and then they cut it off in the actual end game. So it's like all of a sudden now she's flying in space and figured out how to get to Tony Stark. They just wanted her They thought, okay, Brie Larson just won an Oscar. She's a big star. She'll take over for Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans. And that's impossible. I'm sorry. It's not because she's a woman. It's because she sucks.
Exactly. And see, the previous characters built their characters, built their what they were going to be from the very beginning. But she just kind of shoehorned herself into this, when really she should have been gone after all of the original Avengers had their stories completed. You know, she shouldn't be in this a story where she's like sorry, where she's basically just standing on the backs of the previous Avengers. She should need to stand on her own. She built herself on her own character. That's why we came to love Iron Man. That's why we came to love Captain America. She should have that own moment, but she's just taking advantage of what has been built before her, and I don't like that.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. We had such a great, and this is the problem that DC had, by the way. We're getting into the crux of the whole problem. We had a pretty good development for each and every one of the characters that we grew to love in the MCU, for those of us who like the MCU. And you know, the characters, they had that opportunity. And you know, Brie, that movie seemed very, very hollow. I mean, having to put Samuel L. Jackson, you putting Samuel L. Jackson in there immediately told us that, well, it didn't tell us this, we just saw it with our own two eyes, that she couldn't carry the movie herself. You know, and of course Colston's there, so you know, you got two of the people that are from the, you know, the previous thing, you know, and it felt not just odd but out of place. And then it was a lie, like you said. They lied to us that it was important to see this movie. So yeah, you're hitting it on all fronts, Elaine.
That's I mean, you're both right. They lied to us. And please hit like. There's more people coming in. We're at 41. We're trying to get to 50, guys. Hit that like button. DJ Scandalous says it back. I just love being able to say DJ Scandalous in my chat. You know what's up. Should have done Black Widow between the two movies.
Yes.
I completely agree.
Yes.
It was taking place years.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's taking place years before. Now, I think the reason, personally, that they did it after was there's either two theories that are going around that I both enjoy. There's a scene in the trailer with Ivana, I always screw up her sister's name, Ivana the Russian broad with blonde hair. She has like marks of a surgery to replace her face. And that could have been the Black Widow that died in Endgame, was actually her and not Scarlett Johansson. Her sister. Yeah. Right. Or she will just take over the role of Scarlett Johansson as the Black Widow, which she has done in the comic books. Tommy, I'm bringing you back in because I know you know more about this than I.
Yeah.
Hey.
Preach, Tommy.
Yeah.
No, what did I miss?
Scott said blah, 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 blah. Tommy knows about this shit. I'm going to bring him in. And that was it.
Well, no, honest, but yeah, well, here you go. You're going to find out.
So, are you down with the Black Widow history in the comic books? How she, like, the name Black Widow is more of a moniker after it was switched from Nat to her younger sister, which is the other Russian lady. I cannot do Russian. I'm wondering if they're going to try to pull a switch the face, because in the trailer you see the dotted line, like they're going to cut her face off and switch Nat's onto hers to kill her off in the Endgame, which is not really her, but it doesn't line up with the movie as much. But will she just take over as the Black Widow? Are they going to go with Young Avengers? You know more about this than most people when it comes to comic books. I was just saying the other day, I haven't bought a comic book in like 10 years. I got to get back into it. I'm getting the itch again.
Well, here's where you're going to run into a funny one. When it actually comes to the Black Widow comics, I know very little about it. Very little. It's one.
Well, how was that?
You broke my heart just now, Tommy. You broke my heart. I'm sorry. Power's going to my head. I'm backing out.
Okay. So, but you're right. DJ Scandalous is right. We should have had we should have had a movie in between some other movies, not necessarily. Well, even if they did the Black Widow movie right before Endgame, that would have worked out well too, because it would have rounded out her story before she passed, right? Because I mean, the end of her story was going to be written with that movie, so where they placed it was wrong. But I think that McKinney 90 is also correct. If you put that movie, if you put that movie somewhere else, even further along, it would be better. And the same with the movie McKinney's specifically speaking about is if you put Captain Marvel in a standalone film, it doesn't rely on other characters. You do it way before, but they weren't prepared for that. And I feel like I feel like this movie was shoehorned into the MCU where it was when it wasn't needed. I mean,
do you think it had to do with Sony and the whole MCU kind of Spider-Man thing? Do you think it might have had something to do with they lost it, they got it, they lost it? You know what I mean?
No, because they
feel after. Like, okay, they had to shove another one in?
No, it came afterwards. The whole Spider-Man and the MCU thing, that the interaction between Disney and Sony didn't happen until after Captain Marvel was even out. So if I'm remembering correctly,
after it? I thought it happened right before that. I might be wrong.
Okay. Yeah, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway. This movie was in the can. So this movie should have been done way earlier. And again, I mean, if you want to point a finger at anybody, you'd point it at Feige. Excuse me. I always say Feig. It's wrong. That's the jerkweed from Ghostbusters. But no, Feige. Feige was the guy that would have ultimately had to make this decision. But the question is, under what circumstances was this decision made, and why was it falsely advertised? Which is something Elaine brought up. I was so frustrated with this movie when I walked out of the theater, and I didn't understand why at the time. And I'm sure Tommy, would be able to tell me what that was.
Well, as far as the Captain Marvel comic, now that's one actually I know a little bit about. Now, the original Captain Marvel actually was a guy who was suffering through cancer, and at the end of the whole Infinity Gauntlet series, which would be our Infinity War and Endgame, after that is all said and done, cancer actually eats away at him to the point where he is going to die and he's going to pass on his legacy, and he dies pretty much. And what is Carol Danvers never at any point becomes Captain Marvel. She doesn't. She is just Marvel Girl. And a black woman by the name of Monica Rambeau, who had powers who were similar to the original Captain Marvel, but they weren't exactly the same. She winds up being gifted the moniker of Captain Marvel.
That's right.
So not only was this whole thing with her shoehorned into the MCU, but the character itself was shoehorned in because this was a more modern take on the Captain Marvel female character. This new one only came out maybe about 6 years ago or so, or whatever, at best, 6-7 years ago. And
yeah, you're right.
And the series has been rebooted something like 7 or 8 fucking times.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And because it keeps failing. It just keeps failing on falling flat on its face over and over again because nobody wants this series, but they just feel this need to keep pushing it anyway. And they not only did the same thing with Captain Marvel, they're doing the same shit with the female Thor. Because that whole female Thor thing is a more modern take again too, as well.
Well, from where they
I don't
left
appreciate
off,
that either.
Right, where they left off in Ragnarok, there's how many decades of Thor material they could have done before bringing up the cancer Jane Foster line of Thor. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. They just are trying to force that agenda. Oh, we don't have enough female representation. Well, if you didn't
Valkyrie.
have, well, no, but
I
even
don't
there,
particularly like Tessa Thompson, but
I really like the Wasp. The Wasp was great. I loved her
too. Yeah,
I'm with you.
Yeah.
But why didn't Scarlet, like DJ's saying, why didn't Scarlet get the first movie then? Show respect to who came first.
Yeah, we had so many good characters before this.
Yes, it's ridiculous what this idea of, there's not enough black representation, there's not enough female, there's not enough
Scott,
gay, there's not enough this, there's not enough that.
Do you know
Scott,
why we
you
didn't
don't-
get it?
Yeah,
Do you know why? Because
Why?
we wanted it.
Scott.
Yeah, maybe.
It's what we
And
wanted.
Natalie Portman, I already know her feelings about it. She hated these movies, so I don't like the fact that she was only in when she was the central figure. So I don't like that she's all in now because now she's Thor. So now
And did you see
tainted for
that
me.
picture? Did you see that picture of her holding it? She's like, I can't even stand you people.
Oh,
I am an
Yeah,
Oscar-winning
she was kind of like
actress.
Idris Elba, like she was above it all, and she was above all.
Yep.
But only then, and when now she's like the center of it, is she all in? I'm like that's not fair. You can't be all in on something when you were just talking crap about it earlier.
Elaine, since she
That's
takes
true.
her role so seriously, do you suppose that when this movie flops, that she may die of a broken heart like she did as Padme?
I don't know why she's even so into it because of she's supposed to have this. She's supposed to be above it all. I don't know. She's a serious actress.
And she wears a cloak with all of the directors and producers that she didn't hire for her production company at the award show to show you exactly how much she thinks of those people.
God, I love Natalie.
And I do. I don't know, and I feel like at a certain time, these actors and actresses, that there's things that I like. Like I like Brie Larson in Scott Pilgrim versus the World, and I like Brie Larson, and I like Natalie Portman in Garden State. So there's roles that I love, and then I feel like they get tainted by just this culture.
You can say social justice culture. You can say it.
Because I feel like she would not be interested in this role if she was not the female Thor. And I definitely feel that, and it definitely comes across because she was not interested in to have any part in the previous Marvel films. She came out with stuff that she hated. She hated being a part of it. So, like, why are you even a part of it now? And they only used previous footage of her from the Dark Thor.
Dark World.
Thor: The Dark World. They used previous footage. She didn't even film footage for that.
Wow.
But she's fine with just being the female Thor, but she wasn't fine earlier. And Idris Elba is the same way too. Like he talked crap about it earlier, but I loved his part in Thor. He was amazing.
Well,
And he
let's
just
be
talked
honest.
crap about it, but I don't know.
Portman, just like Larson, is about as phony as they get. I mean, she was at that award ceremony with that big giant robe thing on with all these female directors' name in, saying that more female directors need to be in Hollywood. But she's got her own studio thing, yet she doesn't have a whole bunch of female directors hired.
Hasn't hired one. She didn't
I
hire
don't
one.
feel like her heart is in it. Her heart is not in it. It's a statement. It's an agenda. It's not because she wants to play this part. It's not because she cares about the lore. It's not because she cares about this universe. It's just making a statement. And I feel like people see that.
Well, I think
and it's going to come across in her performance for sure.
Well, I think you're right. I mean, when it comes to what I want an actor, someone who gets paid very well to play pretend for a living. I would like them to play pretend for the part that's written for them. What I would not like is for the political and social leanings of that person to be the part, and then the story molded around it. And that's the problem with the bad science fiction that we've been getting. And
for sure. Mm-hmm. Well said, yeah.
Well, I mean, how many of these people that are sitting there professing all this stuff for the CC, and that doesn't stand for closed caption, how many of them are actually professing all this stuff and they don't even believe it? They're just latching onto it because it's a hinge pin right now for everything that somebody is going to pay attention to in the mainstream media.
Tommy, you didn't hear that message? They took responsibility. They took responsibility. A bunch of them got in a row and all took responsibility.
Let me tell you something, Steven. I don't know if you caught it, but I did a video about somebody that actually took responsibility. John Talks. That man is amazing. He took responsibility. I've got a whole video about him taking responsibility. That is how it's done. Okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Not what these Holly weirdos did.
Oh,
He took responsibility for not watching Die Hard. Do you know the stunning bravery it takes to come out and say that on a live stream?
He still has not watched Die Hard.
I'm losing respect for him. I love the man, but really,
yeah.
That's like that would be his movie.
Yeah,
that's
that is his movie.
I can't believe that. I can't believe that. That's hard for me to imagine that any man hasn't seen Die Hard.
Granted, he had to be like just about drunk and falling off his chair in order to admit that, and falling into his microphone.
I have such a hankering to watch Jaws and Twister. I need to watch those movies. I've had such a hankering to watch those lately.
All right.
Awesome movies.
Why don't you just put that together and watch Sharknado?
I know. I've never watched Sharknado though. They made like what, 6 of those?
Yeah, for some reason. Yeah.
You know what I've been having a serious desire to watch again lately? DC Cab.
Oh,
And
DC
Cab.
Cab.
I think that's mostly because of that director that died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What movie? DC what?
DC Cab.
I
Yeah.
don't think I've seen that.
Early
Has
80s.
Mr. T in it.
85.
Adam Baldwin,
There were a lot of people.
Bill
in that movie.
Maher, Gary Busey, the Barbarian Brothers.
Wow. Good actors there.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's a good movie. Do you think the possibility is, while we're about these actors, that they have at some point inside their echo chamber, inside their bubble, that they've actually taken the time to look at what the plebs think, the peasants,
Ooh.
and actually are like astonished that there are people that don't like them, and so this is why we're getting Hollywood actresses on YouTube so that they can reach out to the people, let them know, because apparently the people don't understand that they are there to save them on their behalf, to help, to use their privilege to help underprivileged peoples, and for some reason the peasants don't understand this, and so before, as while the peasants are rebelling and not seeing their movies and speaking their mind and not taking their fucking bullshit videos that they're throwing around Twitter about taking responsibility and preaching down to us about how we should act in communities that we live in that are completely disconnected from anything that they have any understanding of at this point, with their servants and their gated communities and their mansions. And do you think that maybe the reason Bree's come on is to make sure that the people that understand that she's here for us, guys. She's fighting the good fight for inclusion.
So
Again,
real quick.
it's the digital equivalent of Hillary Clinton pulling hot sauce out of her purse in front of the
yes, it is.
Oh,
Real quick,
Somebody
I
tapped her
wanna-
on the shoulder
I-
and said, "Hey, Bree, this is what you need to do," and she did it.
I want a new fourth waiver. Never been on my stream. I don't know if it's been on. He's been on any of our streams, but I want you guys to say hello to McKinney90. Wanted to just drop a little bit of knowledge on Bree also. So coming in right now, McKinney.
Okay.
Going
McKinney, hey.
What's going on, McKinney?
Welcome, McKinney.
You're awesome.
Oh,
You're awesome.
It's an honor.
Are you, McKinney90? The important question is: are you subscribed to Brie Larson?
Hell no. No, absolutely not. I've stayed far away from that. I ain't want any contact with that woman, that piece of wood, any way, shape, or form. But I've been keeping up ever since the whole Captain Marvel thing just blew up. Well, ever since the whole I don't want 40-year-old white dudes telling me what they think about A Wrinkle in Time comment blew up.
I wasn't
You're
allowed.
3PO subscribe, so we don't have to.
I wasn't allowed to share my opinion.
I self-identify as a 39-year-old white dude, so it was poorly paced. I didn't like the story. It was a waste of Oprah. It sucked. That's the trick. You got to self-identify as the 39-year-old.
Right, and I self-identify as a 30-year-old person of color. So,
I saw.
What happened?
McKinney, I didn't know you were a person of color.
Is that a problem? I'm sorry.
What?
Your art is amazing. Come
Yes,
see me
love your art.
Maddie's art. It's just awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So
Do you have an Etsy or anything, McKinney?
I have a Teespring and I have an
I'm
Instagram.
putting it in the chat.
I mean, I like to
Tommy
draw and I draw
got it
some,
right.
but you are just an artist.
Thank you.
I love your stuff.
Means a lot.
And here goes Teespring.
Can we break that up? Can somebody screen share that? We're gonna pimp you, McKinney, because you support us. You support us all the time, so we're gonna pimp you.
Yeah.
You're an awesome mod too. You're gonna
Pimping ain't easy, but it's necessary.
I learned from the master.
Scotty, bring up a screen share of McKinney's.
What I guess what I want to say with regards to the whole Captain Marvel, I think if you want to make a Captain Marvel movie, I get it, but putting it in between Endgame and Infinity War, it would have been a lot better off if it was before that. At least any time before Infinity War. But
even before Spider-Man, I would say even Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I think afterwards. It should have been after the Infinity Saga was over.
Yeah, it would have been.
Well, you need that one introduction, though.
Yeah, maybe like a little glimpse, but
or
I don't know.
Or introduce her in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Just a brief little cameo.
Because I feel like the way they did her story, I don't like flashbacks. So when it's used so often to develop a character, I hated that part of the story. Because it was just, you're already into it. You're already into this certain part of her story, like we're with Jude Law and everything, and she's already, and then everything else is a flashback, and I just hate that mode of storytelling. I feel like it would have been served much better if you just started out at who she was, and just develop her character from then on. That's just me. That's just me personally. I don't like flashbacks unless it serves a purpose.
I agree with McKinney. I would have totally had her on like Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I mean, why not have her meet them in outer space somewhere in the galaxy? I think that's a brilliant idea. You just give her a little cameo like Spider-Man in Civil War to get us to be like, wait a minute, let me get introduced to Captain Marvel. And then after Endgame, give her her own movie or have her come into Endgame. But at least we didn't have this false buddy cop, movie where Nick Fury names the Avengers after her.
Yeah, I don't like the way he lost his eye either. The way he lost his eye was stupid.
I refuse to watch Captain Marvel because of that, one of those reasons, that them basically retconning the Tesseract and basically the stupid reason of giving why Nick Fury loses his eye. I
hated that so much. I thought it was something
the eye wasn't even good.
And it was so stupid.
and on top of that, I have a few trades of Miss Marvel in the comics, and I feel that Carol was much more fleshed out back in her days as Warbird before she even donned the Captain Marvel suit. And from what I've been following, I hate this character so much.
Yeah, I feel like definitely that movie should have been given to Black Widow. That was, and it would have better served the story. We could have seen her fleshed out between the events of Infinity War and Endgame, and she deserved it. She put in the time, and we needed to see her character, especially so before her sacrifice. We could have gotten Captain Marvel later. I mean, Built it later. Built it
Quite
over
honestly,
here.
I mean, I really think that if they would have did it with any other actress, with any other person writing, it might have been able to be serviceable. But they had to go
Emily
with
Blunt.
this. They had to go with resting bitch face and
Emily
her plank
Blunt.
wooden ass and a bad screenwriter.
All
Yeah,
I'm gonna
they
say
did
is-
such a bad disservice to Black Widow. She deserved more.
Right. All I'm saying is, if you want to pick a better actress for Captain Marvel, I think either Emily Blunt or Yvonne Strahovski would have been much better choices than
Love
that
Emily Blunt.
plank of wood. That plank of wood.
I loved her, and I think she should be Sue Storm.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Plus, I've been following the comic channels like EVS and Diversity in Comics, your boy Zach, and I see what's gonna happen with the MCU, and I don't think it might be a good idea to adapt anything from like the likes of like Civil War II, where Carol basically killed Tony Stark and became basically a space fascist. I don't think they want to adapt something. I think it might be the bad
A space
bad-
fascist.
Yeah, it's in kind of Civil War II. It was kind of at the dawn of the whole SJW era of Marvel.
Yeah, I mean, well, that
2017.
yeah, that seems to line up, though. I mean, all of these people are basically representatives of the 1930s brown shirts. So, I mean, life imitating art, vice versa.
Right. Plus,
Bikini,
oh
Bikini,
yeah.
tell me about this image here on the shirt.
Okay. So I was okay. So I guess I was inspired by another artist to do a whole series of anime style shirts, and two of which I ended up doing four. Two of which it just one day I had this. I thought about Fatal J, and I thought about Mary Mayhem. So I thought about doing a whole shirt, and then Fatal J's kind of end tagline is Ninja Vanish. So I thought I'd do something really cool, play on with that.
Nice.
So that's why I created the whole Fatal Vanish shirt. So inspired by Fatal J.
That's awesome.
The other one I did inspired by Mary Mayhem. It was just called Project Mayhem. And then I did one inspired by Nina Infinity, which is called Infinity Edge, which I need to put that up.
It'll vanish, dude.
Fatal
Look at
Vanish.
this.
That's
freaking awesome.
Man. It's awesome. Look at this. Inspired by the Menace, man. Look at this creativity. That's freaking awesome. Oh, this is Mary's?
Yeah, that was the idea. Project Mayhem.
Nice. Nice, guys. Nice, man.
Yeah. Which I gotta get back to it. I gotta get back to it. And then I got to get back to that. Especially I got to put the one of Different Nina up as well, because I got to make all of the logos and stuff for that.
You were so talented. This is awesome.
Unbelievable, man. I got to say, guys, please, if you have, just go to the Teespring. Like we always say, if you can't purchase something now, bookmark it, share the link. There are definitely people you know that might see that, not even knowing who Mary Mayhem is, and love the shirt. So just send it out. We need to support any creative people that are in the fandom Menace or Comicsgate. I am completely back those guys 100% in our fandom and their fandom, which to me are almost the same. And I just think your work is amazing. I have to end this pretty soon because I'm coming up on my free limit for the month. It reboots tomorrow. McKinney, you want to jump on next Saturday for my Sporking News Dump at 9:30?
Okay.
Yeah, you down with that? We'll have you on for the whole show.
No problem.
I'll probably only invite just a smaller group, so it's we won't play the roulette, even though it is a lot of fun.
Upgrade your freaking StreamYard.
I'm going to.
He has to pass that through the accountant.
Check your PayPal, you silly human.
Dude, you don't have to do that. You already paid for the earphones. Thanks, buddy. Good friend right there, man. Thank you very much, buddy. I didn't even
notice. 1 second. I want to show you.
Dude, wait. Dude, I want that shirt.
And then
Blow that up, Scotty. Blow that up.
How do I blow it up?
Just,
You have to
want that
blow it up.
shirt.
It's yours.
There's a little box above his name.
So you
Down
see
bottom.
the
Click on
failings.
that.
I need
I
to
didn't
show.
even see
I
that.
need
Hold
to.
on 1 second.
There we
Dude,
go.
that is
I need
beautiful,
to show
man.
this to Jay at some point. So I need to
Jay will lose his mind.
Yes.
Jay will lose his mind.
Oh my
That
God,
is
he will buy one of those and
unbelievable,
pimp it. He will pimp that. Dude.
He will pimp your shirt.
Yeah,
Yes.
he will.
So it's
That's
Oh,
awesome, man.
Somebody here is
Bikini.
clipping that and sending it to Fatal.
Hey, McKinney,
Yes.
how long have you been doing this now?
What, the whole art thing?
That is dope.
Well, yeah, no, as far as like doing it for like the Teespring and everything too.
So with the Teespring, I got inspired basically. Let me turn my camera off. Yeah, I have to do it all the time.
I just-
on the camera.
I understand. Yours is like mine. It gets locked up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I still show this beautiful face though.
Where is it? I can't-
Dude, Michael J. Cox is such a dick in the chat. Oh my god.
I'll bring you back on, brother. Don't worry. Hold on.
Yeah,
Oh, your
you're good,
guest
bro.
will not connect their mic before.
Michael
You have
J.
to connect your
Cox.
mic or your
What a
cam.
dick.
One of the two. It won't let me on unless your cam is
Hey,
on there.
Toxic Man, Flu Man. Scott means to say goodbye because he's not looking at anything at like the private chat or nothing.
No, I
He's
just
taking
saw
a
what
nap.
you gave me though, dude. That is more than great. Thank you. Thank you for the
Upgrade
PayPal,
your
my friend.
bloody freaking thing, or I'm gonna get mad at
Well,
you.
now I think I have enough to do a year's subscribe, so I'm gonna go for
That's-
it. So next
Duh.
week we will be doing it.
All
Yeah.
right.
I don't know how to do it right now because I'm old.
I'm old.
Okay, Boomer.
You're
What
young.
did I do?
You're
Yeah, look who's
old.
talking, Boomer.
I am going to pimp McKinney's
44.
shirts again.
Dude, yeah.
Oh,
please
McKinney's
do.
back.
Okay,
Oh,
All right,
cool,
guys.
cool, cool. Drop me.
Say
Drop me
your
in the back.
goodbyes.
Drop me in the back.
No, I'm gonna drop.
You can
I'm
drop me
dropping
too.
you back. Say your goodbyes. I'll drop one or two of you guys out. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Elaine,
so-
go first. Ladies first. Elaine, do your peace out, yo.
Well, McKinney had to finish what he was saying.
Oh, sorry, McKinney. Yeah, I
Okay,
apologize.
sorry.
McKinney first. Go ahead.
Okay, so to answer Tommy's question, I guess regarding the shirts, these are all, this is all done by, the drawings themselves are all done by hand. It's all done on paper. I just scan it and do a lot of cleaning up, just to make it work, just to make it perfect make it work on the shirts. The text and lettering you see is all done vector style via Illustrator, and I couldn't use any like fonts or anything because due to licensing issues, so I had to kind of draw the type out myself. So all the text and load stuff is basically kind of drawn on digitally. When I started I got inspired to do Teespring, mainly because of Phantom Menace. I saw John Talks had one, Fail J had one, Damaj and I had one, Lord Callus had one, and I figured, what the hell? Why not? Let's see if we can try it.
That's awesome. I love creativity coming out of everyone. You know, writing books, whether it's making comics, whether it's art, no matter what it is. I like seeing creativity. People building channels. That's a beautiful thing, McKinney. That's a beautiful thing that you did for Fatal J and Mary Mayhem to have that inspiration.
Yeah,
to show it like that.
Yeah.
Well, McKinney, it is awesome work, man. Awesome.
Yeah, and
Great stuff.
Thank you so much, and I definitely consider going back to these. I know it's kind of to take a break from them, but yeah, I'll definitely consider going back to these, and I need to add the one I did for Nina a couple weeks back to the Teespring store. So
yeah, and when you get done with that graphic, let me know.
We'll do.
McKinney, we got a chat group where we all kind of hang out and talk. Would love to have you in there so we could help promote you.
Absolutely.
All right, cool.
I need to set up a StreamYard. I need to set up a StreamYard's account anyway.
All right, cool, man. All right.
Mankini, do you do the silk screening yourself?
No, this is all Teespring. They ordered samples and they did it. The first prototype I did was actually a hoodie, and there was actually printing issues on the back. So I guess we ordered it again. and it turns out it was just a spring issue because everything came out perfect. So
Beautiful. All right, outros, I guess.
Yeah, there we go. Elaine, you're the number one lady here, and then Steven.
God damn.
Jesus.
Oh, thank you. Well, thank you, Scott, for having me on, and author Steven for having me on his earlier chat. Thank you so much. This panel, everyone subscribe. You guys are amazing, so talented, and I'm so grateful to be a part of this community. Thank you for everyone in the chat. You guys are awesome. This has been so much fun. So yeah, I'm Nerd Cookies. Come see me on YouTube, and I post some on Twitter. But yeah, YouTube is my channel, and I post news, reviews, and lore. I'm doing a lot of Dune and Amazon Lord of the Rings, seeing what we can expect from that. I'm also going to do some videos about the new live-action Cowboy Bebop, because that's something that I was interested in to begin with. I love the anime Cowboy Bebop, so I'm going to see what we can expect from the new one, the live action. So we'll see. That's coming up, and yeah, so come check me out on my channel. Thank you guys so much. This has been so much fun. You guys are awesome. Yep. That's
Love
it.
you,
All
Nerd
right.
Cookie.
Well, yeah. Well, now based on the earliest the earlier topless shot that we got out of Steven, I think you should go next. Steven.
All right, I'll go. All right, fine.
Hurry up. We got like 5 minutes before they cut me off. Go.
They're not
Oh,
going to cut you
we're not
off.
going to cut you off while you're midstream.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, you can keep
No
going
shit.
for another
Yeah,
hour.
we could have kept going forever, but you effed it up, bro. You
Oh,
kicked
no,
Elaine to the back. I don't know what's wrong with you, man.
Now you've got to finish
Elaine
before.
is not just a fragile peanut. She is a woman with strength that doesn't fear going backstage.
All right. Well, we're gonna let the second best woman say goodbye. So, Steven.
Okay. Hello, my brothers and sisters in the chat. Thank you for being here tonight. Subscribe to all these wonderful people on this panel. Please keep looking out for each other. Keep sharing the videos of your favorite YouTubers. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all those things that help us.
Waking up is coffee in your butt.
Really? Keep supporting each other. Remember that we rise together and we stand with one another. Do not kneel, my brothers and sisters. I am author Stephen Walton, the Fandom Menace historian. Your historian, born in the chats of the High Council with my brothers and sisters fighting for our modern mythologies. Wash your hands, wash your ass, be good to each other. Peace.
Hashtag
Steven.
we brew together.
Hey, Steven, it's a good thing we love you, because if we didn't like it, just think what's happening there.
Oh my God, that sounded violent.
sorry, toilet paper. My
It
bad.
sounded like electric candy being opened.
All right, Scotty. Who wants to go next? Tommy should go next.
Yeah, Tommy.
What's going on, y'all? This is Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective. All will be assimilated. Resistance is futile. You can see me on my channel talking about retro toys, movies, and possibly TV shows in the near future, where I will hopefully be doing live streams with a few people who like to talk about such things. You can also help me out by checking out my stuff on eBay, which so many of you have already graciously done it, and I cannot thank you enough. This community is amazing. Be yourselves. Be cool. And remember this. Never let anybody tell you what you can and can't do, because your silence gives consent. We do not kneel. We don't have knees. We're guinea pigs.
We're guinea pigs. All right, Bear, you're up.
Hail to the Phantom Menace, hail to the fourth wave, and we will see you at a little after 10, maybe a little bit before 10, because I never start in time because we got to kick the tires back in the green room, and we'll catch you then. And happy 4th of July, everybody. Stay frosty, keep your head in the swivel.
Thank you, Bear. McKinney, let them know where they can find you. Do you have a channel?
Yes. My
All right,
name.
let 'em know.
Yes.
I've posted it a few times, Scott.
So did I.
Okay, thank you, Tommy.
Okay,
Thank you, Bear.
so My name is Machni90. Just I'm a fan. I'm been a long time fan of Phantom Menace. I'm just a guy who likes drawing girls all the time, sexy girls, and I'm not ashamed of it. You can find me on YouTube, Machni90, same name. You can find me on Instagram. That's where I'm usually the most active. That's where I post all my stuff at. Machni90 there, and then also have the Teespring, as I mentioned before. It's just called Studio Maki, and I'm basically a Padawan to Tommy, so I'm a mod for John Talks, and I'm officially a mod for Stephen Walton. So I'm very, very honored to be a part of this group. And you can find me on Rogue Entertainment, Dark Council, High Council, World Class Bullshitters. Basically, I'm on a you find me in the comment section of a lot of Phantom Menace streams. So I'm always
here next week. Next week.
And I think I'm gonna be on John Talks' Sunday stream tomorrow. So
yeah.
Nice.
I think.
I shall see you there, sir.
Yes.
Nice. All right, and let's finish it off. And thank you for McKean. How did you pronounce that? Because we all say McKeany.
Fine. I'm used to it. Used to it, Jeff. Everybody else says Bikini90. It's pronounced. I say it as Machni90 because Machni because it's basically my last name pronounced in Japanese.
Oh, cool.
Oh, okay. Machni. I like that. Machni90. Check them out.
Or you could just say Machni for short.
Maki. Mach.
In this case,
I'm from
Makini has knees. Makini has knees.
Yeah, right.
And I have knees, so and I don't yield. I don't bend my knees. So
Wes Moody's back, so don't forget to sub to Wes Moody. We're doing outros.
Wes.
He had to go to the store.
Yeah, that's where he went. Actually, yeah.
Hey, Machni, do you have an avatar on Twitter?
No. I'm staying as far away from Twitter as possible.
Ooh.
Sorry, it's
Instagram though. Instagram.
Instaface.
Because I found what appears to be you on Twitter.
Yeah, it says Machin90. It's spelled exactly the way you spell it.
Is that not you?
No.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay,
do not follow that guy. All right.
Ever.
And I was told YouTube is taking down American flags in people's streams today. So let's see if it happens. Keep it up.
Hi.
Oh, no.
I have an American flag in your stream. So yeah. Oh,
God
hey,
bless
I'm
America.
culture. Yeah, and well, of course, yeah, absolutely. That's where we are, the greatest country in the world. In fact, hey, we got some music. So, hi, I'm Culture Casino. I have a YouTube channel. You wouldn't know that. Well, a lot of you might not know that, but I do. And I have some subscribers. I would like some more. So if you're not subscribed to my channel, come on over, show up, say hi, and hit the subscribe button. Yeah, well, yeah. I do some really ridiculous stuff on Twitter and say, actually, I'm kind of an asshole on Twitter. Well, no, I'm pretty much an asshole on Twitter all the time.
Do you have that video? The commercial, the advertiser that actually supported
the promotional video.
Yeah.
See, but I don't know that the
video.
Yeah, I don't know that the audio is working. You guys tell me. Is the audio working here? Can you hear that?
No.
God dang it! I don't know what's going on.
I think we can tell what it's talking about. I am Abby Thumber, and I only use Walton's best brew for all your colon.
Do it in a Batman voice. Batman voice.
Oh yeah, wait a minute. Bring me my 9-iron Jolie's here. I'm Bat Tom. Walton's best brew is not recommended for oral consumption by plants, animals, or humans. Redirect. Expert not recommend proper footwear with direction during complete eliminating. Oh God! Author Stephen Walton makes no health claims regarding the use of this product. Member FDICARP. It's Phantom Menace Volume 1. Support it today.
I feel like I just was. If I were talking right now and not actually saying anything out loud, Scott could do the rest of my promo. So here we go.
I might be able to. My name's Culture Casino. I got a YouTube channel Why aren't you watching it? You can find it on YouTube. I just said that. If you're stupid, you would have missed it. But you're not stupid. You're all smart detectives. So go find Culture Casino. I just took a shit with Walter's coffee.
The person who did that the best, because I totally stole that, is Trace XL, and Tom was doing his voice. It was on one of Mary's streams. I think I died. then. And then, but now I'm in heaven watching all of you guys, so it's freaking awesome. I'm having a good time. Anyway, sorry, I can.
That's awesome.
Everybody. First of all, I just want to say thank you guys for playing the Russian stream with me. I've had a lot of fun tonight. I hope everybody in the chat had a lot of fun. We had a lot of people on and off, so thank you so much. We almost hit 50. We got to 45 likes or 48. We only need 2 more likes.
We need 2 more, and not only that, we had a half-naked person on the stream. And if you need to rewatch it,
come on, Steven.
Unlike Russian roulette, nobody got shot or anything. So
nah,
that is true. That is true. So maybe we could leave it with Naked Steven. Let's see.
Oh, do we have Naked Steven? Half Naked Steven. Ah!
Oh, God damn it.
I really thought about just turning members of the Phantom Menace into like sexy anime girls, and I'm
Simp, Scotty. Check your Twitter DM.
What's that?
Check your Twitter DM. Your mind is about to be blown.
Okay, I will definitely do that. I'm gonna end this though.
Nina Infinity just joined. Hey, Nina.
Oh, Nina.
Kevin
one of my
Spacey's in
favorite
this.
people. She is so nice.
She's
let me find that.
awesome. Love
She
you,
really
Nina.
is.
Love you, Nina.
Oh, Nina's the
And
best.
Nina does have her own YouTube channel. Please follow
awesome.
Nina.
Hell,
She is
Nina
awesome.
Infinity.
Give me a second.
Love Nina.
We have to talk about Cowboy Bebop, the live action.
Oh, we do.
There we go.
I want to get your thoughts.
I have thoughts.
Wow.
Nina, we want
I'm not
more
going to post
videos
that
from
here.
you.
But
Oh, hell no, I wouldn't. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wow.
Wait a minute. Does Steven have thoughts or is he a thought?
That's huge. Wow.
Is
he
he
is
or
a
is
thought.
he
Oh,
one?
no. He's the simp. He's the simp. And
Is he a
his
simp?
thoughts. Oh, yeah.
He
Came on without
Jane-
his shirt.
Yeah, because we told him to. That's
Ooh.
a simp.
That's true.
Simp.
I am. I'm going to end this the right way. Thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight. I have a TikTok that I'm pretty famous, almost 3,000 followers, couple 200,000 videos. Me and DJ Scandalous, we know how it is to be big time. I also have, the YouTube thing you're on already. So if you're not subscribed, it's free. Just do it. To Twitter, Instagram, Facebook,
Do it.
find it all.
Yeah.
I just want you all to
Sporking,
know.
you're at 50.
Oh, 50!
Hey.
I should have had naked.
Naked Steven
Steven.
earlier.
Oh my goodness.
No, I'm changing that. That is not a good idea. I don't like that idea. But
Naked
I'm going to
time.
end this the right way. So give me
Wait,
one
I'm gonna
second.
wait. You really don't want to see this.
Are you trying to pull your underwear out without taking off your pants?
Yes.
Because that is pretty interesting.
Do we need to do
That is pretty interesting, man. But everybody, thank you for coming. Thank you, Bear Nerd Fun. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you, Culture Casino. Thank you, Nerd Cookies. Thank you, McKinney. Oh, fuck it up.
Makini.
Whatever feels comfortable for you.
Thank you,
Love
Thank
you,
great
Makani.
Stephen Walton.
Love you.
Yeah, right. Thank you to the great Stephen Walton. Thank you, Wes Moody, Nina Infinity, all the people in the chat, everybody that has a YouTube
wait.
channel. Please
Scott.
subscribe to them.
You didn't let Wes do his famous exit. Is he here?
Is he here?
I think he left.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
he just said night.
Send me money. Send me money. Send me money.
He went to go get booze.
Oh, that's right. You went for booze.
It. Got it.
He left.
Good night, everybody. And remember,
Good night.
Remember, freedom is not free.
It's not.
Freedom isn't free. So make sure your freedom is money.